Folks, today is the day when training camp truly starts. As many of you have probably gathered for the past couple of days, I have said, let's be careful of what kind of conclusions we draw because it was nothing but a glorified mandatory minicamp or OTAs, the shorts and t-shirts Olympics, as many of you have heard me refer to it as. But damn, we got pads on. So why I am absolutely thrilled about my 3-hour marathon stream for each and every single day of training camp, now we're going to get answers about the trenches, specifically the defensive line. I mean, we already know that the offensive line, especially with all the returning forces and the returning players, is more than likely going to pick up exactly where they left off from 2024. But it's the defensive line that is the big question for me. How are these new pieces going to look? We have Larry Ogunjobi and Michael Hoyt. We've heard good things about them, as good of things as you can hear from non-padded practices, but we need some answers about the rookies because we're going to need Landon Jackson to impress us these next couple of days. We are going to need Deon Walker to make me a believer because a lot of us are hyper fixated on the size that Deon Walker brings to the table, but can it actually translate? Damn, I am so excited, baby. Padded practice, some trench work. What are all of these players going to look like? And can we leave today's practice with some optimism and maybe a better understanding of who is actually in line to make a year one impact for this Buffalo Bills team that we love so damn much? Folks, welcome to another edition of your favorite morning show on the internet pertaining to the Buffalo Bills and the NFL, of course. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up sign for me. I don't care how many people end up coming in and rocking with us this morning. For every person that is viewing, you see that number that says live viewers for the next 3 hours, all right? We better see a matching like button ratio at the bottom. Why? Because I want to make sure everybody in Bills Mafia is informed of what happens today. I don't want you guys to have to go through your day-to-day responsibilities. You know, it's Monday at work. I don't want you to have to wait until the end of the day to gather all of this information from a variety of different sources. I'm going to consolidate all of it for you. So whether or not that you are out working in this brutal heat, shout out to all my blue collar workers out there, or whether or not you just got to the office and you're doing some tedious work and you want to burn through your day, man, stick around. All right. Treat me like a radio station. I am consolidating everything that happens on the field today at St. John Fisher. Hit that thumbs up sign for me. And as always, folks, I better get a damn roll call in the chat. I got to understand where everybody is tuning in from. Man, I'll tell you what, we regularly see Bills fans from Singapore, South Korea, I've seen a couple of times. Sweden is always in the chat. You know, sound off and let me know. How far does this fan base truly stretch all across the world, all across the U.S.? Do not be shy. I am talking to the lurkers as well that just like to sit back and listen, hang out. Just let me know where you're tuning in from, and we will see what is going on. Knock Andrew Supdan. He is our designated Raiders fan that always comes here and hangs out. We appreciate Knock Andrew. Indeed. I'm sorry to hear about Christian Wilkins. I heard that he is known as the Tickle Monster. Okay, that is a rumor. I totally understand it. But hey, you know what? I think you ultimately ended up making the right choice in walking away from the defensive tackle. Anyway, folks, I have to give a giant shout out to our good friend, William Matar, folks. If you are ever hurt in a car, I'll tell you what, there is only one place or one person that you need to call. And that just so happens to be our good friend, William Matar. Folks, I would never wish a car accident on anybody, but if you ever find yourself on the receiving end of one of those unfortunate scenarios, it's imperative that you find the right representation. And that just so happens to be our good friend, William Matar. You're looking right at him. Memorize that phone number. It should be pretty easy to memorize, I will say that. And always keep him top of mind in case you ever find yourself in that situation, and or if a loved one is ever looking for a recommendation. Folks, here we are, man. Here we are, day 5, training camp. Pads are on. Let me lock in with our boys over in the roll call. Folks, as you're coming in, hit that thumbs up sign. 95 of you are watching. 95 like buttons need to be hit. Let's propel this out to the YouTube algorithm. I am consolidating every single piece of information that comes out of the St. John Fisher Field, what we're going to learn from the trenches, of course, some other key camp battles. We are going to be hanging out for the next 2 to 3 hours. Let's lock in. All right, man, look at this. Dude, we have East Aurora, New York. San Jose is in the chat. Patriots, Toronto. We got Toronto in the building, baby. Our good friends up in the great north. Rochester, New York. Smash that like button. Absolutely, Beanie Man. My boy. What's up, man? Hope all is well. We have Rochester, New York. Washington, D.C. Norfolk, Virginia. Savannah, Georgia. A beautiful part of the country. Highly recommend you guys check out Savannah, Georgia, especially during St. Patrick's Day. One of my personal favorite trips I've ever been on. Dan, my man, South Carolina is in the building. Clifton Barnes. I lived in Myrtle Beach for quite some time. Probably not too far away from you. Boynton Beach, Florida is in the building. Good morning, Dan. Guys, keep on keeping on. We have Singapore in the chat. Hey, man, we were talking about you a bit earlier, Pod. What's going on? We got Toronto in the building. Man, we got Southport, North Carolina. We have Jacksonville, Florida. Florida, go Bills. A lot of my Floridian brothers are in here, man. I appreciate that. I am located in Florida myself, the Panhandle. I typically just tell people that I live in South Alabama because that's basically what it is, and it's a beautiful part of the country. I promise you that. Richmond, Virginia is in the building. El Paso, Texas, go Bills. Good morning, Dan. Clearwater, Florida in the building. San Antonio, Texas. Man, it's crazy how far Bills Mafia truly extends throughout the United States. This is a beautiful thing. We have YouTube, 90 viewers right now, folks. I'm going to need each and every single one of you to drop what you are doing, and I'm going to need you to hit that thumbs up sign for me on YouTube. All right, folks, let's make this the largest watch party we have had thus far for training camp. Past couple of days, we've been flirting with around 300. First day, I want to say, was around 400. I think that we could ultimately end up getting here. We have training camp media availability, folks. Sean McDermott is set to hit the podium here in just a bit. I'm curious to see what he has to say. First day, Sean McDermott. Second day, Joe Brady. Third day, we heard about Bobby Babich. And then yesterday, we heard from our brand new special teams coordinator. I'm interested to see what kind of questions these beat reporters have to ask Sean. What are we going to be looking for? A lot is on the table, right? And I feel that for the majority of training camp, 3 days in a row, it's been the story of the offense. And keep in mind, of course, the defense has had a couple of pretty key turnovers, which is ideal. But we all know what builds a true defense. A true defense is built by what kind of pass rush we are seeing. That has been the biggest question mark surrounding this team since Sean McDermott has taken over. How in the hell can we create consistent pass rush? I don't know about you boys, but damn, I am feeling it. We have Orangeburg, South Carolina, Connecticut. Keep up the good work. He's at work. Mr. Carreras, what's going on, man? Have a good Monday. You know, Chicago's in the building, man. I love it. I got 23 minutes before my shift starts. Matthew DeVideo, worst case scenario, man. Pop in your earbuds and listen to me if necessary. Or AirPods. I said earbuds. Holy hell. I sound like my father. Happy birthday, Matt Milano. It's Matt Milano's birthday, man. It's Matt Milano's birthday. Connecticut in the building. Happy birthday, Matt Milano. Pookie. I think that's exactly what he was talking about. Okay. All right, guys. Again, hit that thumbs up sign, folks. If you are joining, I am consolidating each and every single piece of information that comes in to the Buffalo Bills training camp. So say, for example, you appreciate that, guys. Go on ahead. Do not be shy. It takes less than a second. It's completely for free. Just hit that thumbs up sign directly below this video so we can make sure we can keep as many fans of the Buffalo Bills informed today. All right, that is the goal. And shout out, obviously, all the beat reporters who are going to be giving us all of the updates we need and video clips to react to. So shout out to them and say that you see them on my screen. Go show them a little bit of love and give them a follow. Look at that, man. First picture of the day. It's not pouring anymore. From what I understand, it was pouring tremendously the other day. And Sean McDermott being Sean McDermott, man, he made them boys out there continuing to get his reps. Because you want to know why? Football's a damn man's sport, brother. All right. We play in the elements over here in Buffalo, but it's nice to see that there are some clear conditions that especially our team can take full advantage of. What's up, Dan? It's Ash from the Bahamas. Ash, I hope you're enjoying your day, man. It's got to be pretty hard not to enjoy your day down in that beautiful country. Tell you what, I'm a big fan. I have been there several times, and I'm looking forward to my next time there. The Dirty Roch. Go Bills. Jeff, that is an interesting name for Rochester. I love it. I love it. The Dirty Roch. And that sounds like a gentleman's club that's likely in the area. Oh, man, I love it. Good morning, Dan from Attica, New York. Go Bills. And my number 86, our good friend Lori, she is, I would say, Dalton Kincaid's number one fan. And I'll tell you what, there are quite a few of us rooting for the young man to take it to the next level in 2025. I am confident that we will see that. Mark has come in, and he is asking, what's been going on with Landon Jackson? Feel like I haven't heard anything about him lately. Mark, I got to tell you, man, today is going to be the first day where we are actually going to hear updates about the trenches. So the offensive line and defensive line, we didn't hear anything for, I would say, for the first 4 practices because there were no pads on. And maybe a couple of updates here and there saying, oh, so-and-so created pressure. He was in the backfield regularly. The offensive line and defensive line were not going anywhere near 100%. So today we are going to be hearing exactly how the trenches look. So stay on the lookout. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that we can see some updates from the rookie Landon Jackson, right? Because I know a lot of Bills fans are very high on the possibility of him taking things to a crazy level and potentially reaching his ceiling faster than many would have anticipated in the first place. So I love it. Have another friend from the Bahamas, man. Look at that, man. We are worldwide over on this channel. Sarasota, Florida. Go Bills. Dave, can we call in today? Patriots 12. Yes, most definitely. The Garage Beer Hotline, folks, will be open, I would say, toward the end of practice. So once we start to get a good understanding and once we start seeing updates of Tyler Bass and how he is connecting with his overall kicks, that is when I'm going to open up the Garage Beer Hotline. As many of you know, I try to make sure that I keep everybody involved in the conversation. I'm always regularly engaging in the chat, and I've recently launched the Garage Beer Hotline, where whoever wants to call in and vent what is on their mind or have a question for me, this is their place to do so. Obviously, I would not be able to launch this without our good friends over at Garage Beer, a proud sponsor of this channel. Beer tasting beer. If you drink beer, I highly recommend you pick up a case and you let me know your thoughts on that because damn, baby. Shout out Garage Beer, man. Shout out the Kelseys for hooking me up. Okay. Khalil Shakir, Josh Allen is a 99 overall in Madden. Damn, good. Good. Who else is the 99s? Who else are the 99s, folks? That is a question. And somebody in the chat, please keep me informed to let me know when Sean McDermott is on the podium because we need to react to that. Bills are in full pads at camp. We are hashtag blessed per Joe Biscagula. We have Josh Allen getting some throws in before Monday training camp practice begins per Alex Brasky. Nice video. Thank you, sir. No injuries today, Lucas says. I agree. I 100% agree. Bills Mafia 0322. Good morning, Dan. Watching on my break, what are you thinking about TJ Sanders and Keon Coleman this year? I have big hopes for them coming out from First Ward, New York. Let's go, Buffalo. Smash that like button. Bills Mafia 0322. I appreciate you hopping in, tapping in during your break at work. So Sanders, we're going to have an answer today because pads are on, and I'm very optimistic to see what the young man can do. Keon, first practice was rough. But from what I understand, based off of reports, he's been doing well, and some of his growth has been on full display. Can he continue this? And more importantly, can he bring it into the regular season when it matters most? Great. I think that there has always been, right? So there is a camp sweetheart, and there is also a camp fraud for each and every single team all year. It's bound to happen. The camp fraud is a person that dominates in training camp, but when it goes into the regular season, all of that positivity completely evaporates, and it's not executed on the field. I'm not saying Keon is about to be that, but there is typically one for each and every single team. Cross our fingers, but I remain optimistic about Keon Coleman that he takes that next step and he becomes the wide receiver that we need him to be. That's where we're at. That is where we're at. We have signed Deon Cain and released cornerback Daryl Porter. Folks, we have some transaction updates for the Buffalo Bills roster. And keep in mind, I'm very much looking forward to doing our projections for the 53-man roster. But we will probably start to get some answers right before the first ready to go. Josh Allen, 99 Club, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves this. Josh Allen deserves the 99 Club on Madden. 0 questions asked. 0 questions asked, folks. A nice W in the chat for our good friend Josh Allen winning the Madden 99 Club. I'm going to keep refreshing my screen and making sure that Sean McDermott is not on the podium quite yet. But, okay, we have an update from Chris Brown here. Bills have signed wide receiver Deon Cain, who was with the club last year for a stretch. Buffalo is short at wide receiver due to some injuries. And to make room on the roster, and the Bills released cornerback Daryl Porter Jr. right afterwards. We saw that Josh ends up getting into the 99 Club. We're all happy about that. We've signed Deon Cain. He is back. And then right before Sean McDermott hops on, I need to see Madden 26. There you go. There you go. Let me see who the 99s are. 99 Club, folks. Quite a few people are on the 99 Club. Look at that. We have, okay. So Lane Johnson. You have Lamar Jackson. You have Jamar Chase. Saquon Barkley. You have Justin Jefferson, Josh Allen, and Myles Garrett. So there are 799 overalls on Madden 26. I think this is good. You have Lamar. You have Josh Allen at 99. You have the 2 wide receivers. You have Lane Johnson. You have Myles Garrett. And then you also have Saquon Barkley. Look, I got to say, I respect Lane Johnson quite a bit, but he's not even the best offensive lineman on the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that's kind of a miss. Sean's live. You're right. We will get back into it. Folks, hit that thumbs up sign. We are live reacting to practice today.
Opportunity for us to see somebody step in and do the job. So that's just the nature of having the injuries that we do.
They were working on it, so that kind of popped up yesterday's practice.
Yeah, he had he went for a ball. I think there was 2 or 3 defenders around him. I don't know exactly the mechanism, if it was a contact, there was contact on the play, or if it was just the way he landed or what, but that's a better question for Nate. Hamstring.
The same knee that you heard last year, Dalton?
I believe so, but I can't be specific. I don't know the exact knee on that one.
John, Bobby did talk about managing player anxiety when it comes to performance in the era of social media. He was specifically referring to Cole Bishop, and whether you want to talk specifically about Cole or in general, how is it different now dealing with younger players when they have to have that social media part of it when it comes to, especially this time of year when you're learning and developing, trying to figure out, taking them from guys who are being okay with learning to becoming the football player you're hoping they can be.
No, that's a real thing that people deal with, and not just football players, professional football players, but I think a real part of life these days with the amount of exposure through social media in particular, media overall, but social media in particular, it's a real part of life. And when you're trying to, in this case, get people to perform and become the best version of themselves, it's important that we do our best to manage that and try to take that off of them as much as possible. So I think that's becoming more and more, a real thing that we have to deal with, and in the NFL, but also in life in general. So it's think the better you can be at disarming that and making sure the guys just stick to the process and get better and focus on the controllables. I think that's the right way to go about it. So everyone's a little bit different. Don't get me wrong, but these players, I've learned over the years that they're just like all of us, right? They want to perform. They feel the pressure to perform, the pressure of expectations, and they're real human beings. And so as a coach, as coaches, as a staff, it is huge for us to be able to navigate or help them navigate that the best way possible, and get them to perform in doing so at the highest level possible.
With the injuries of linebacker, how much of an asset is Shaq Thompson, just given his experience and his familiarity with what you want to do?
No, yeah, I mean, Shaq, he has familiarity with our system, although we've been apart for some years now. But it's good to have him back. He's a really good football player. I'm a little bit older than he remembers me. He's a little bit older than I remember him, which makes it fun too, because it's good to get caught up on life and see how he's grown over the years. Super proud of him and the family man that he is, and the career that he's had to this point.
Dawson was activated yesterday, but he won't practice today. Is that correct?
Dawson, yeah, he will not be. It's too early for that.
Will practice today?
I'll do a little bit. Yeah, I'll do a little bit.
Taking advantages, it seems, back-to-back years now of opportunities. How have you seen his game grow since he's been in your system?
Yeah, Zach's a great example of our culture. Here's a player that came to us at an early phase of his career. Was in a different culture and setting and environment, and to watch him grow and thrive. He's just been a great addition from an energy standpoint. He's a great young man, also a great family man, and he's out here every day working to improve. And you love stories like that, right? That he's coming off of a knee 2 years ago now, I think it's been. So he's seen the adversity that was asked about earlier. He's been through that, and he continues to push through. And I'm extremely proud of his attitude, his belief in himself, and his willingness to work every day.
When the pads come on, what do you want to see? What don't you want to see?
I want to see nasty, physical.
Nasty
football.
and physical.
I don't want to see a disrespect for a man's career and dirty football. That's not how we play in Buffalo. So we painted a pretty clear picture this morning of what that looks like for the new players in particular. So that nastiness that's got to be developed here. But it can't be at the expense of someone's career. So clean, but physical.
Sean, to follow up on that, Friday, Alec Anderson got into it with teammates hauled off. You had to down the tunnel pretty quickly after. Was that a statement from you and the coaching staff? To your point, you just said that's not going to work.
Yeah, you guys know fights are going to happen.
Buddy, you're right.
I can't sit here and say, hey, I'm for fights, against fights. Fights are going to happen. When you cheap shot someone, I have no respect for that. And so I thought that was a cheap shot. And so I sent him to the locker room. And I communicated clearly to him from a following up standpoint of why I did that. I believe in Alec. I love him. He's one of our, tone setters, which I love. But there is a line there, especially against your own teammates.
Hey, Sean, was there a teaching moment for Maxwell Harrison yesterday with how we finished through the shavers at the end of practice there?
You know what? We talked about this a little bit. A couple of coaches and myself, Joe, yesterday afternoon. There's football, right? And you never want to see a player go down. Thankfully, Shaves is in pretty good shape, all things considered, with the way that looked. So I thought maybe we finished a step too long on the play. But listen, we can sit here and bitch and complain and put our hands up in the air and say, but we're competing, and that's football. And some things are going to come up, unfortunately, sometimes. That to me is almost a bang bang, maybe a step too long. but you start coaching that, and then the players pull off. So we're trying to get something done here. There are going to be some of those things that come up. Again, that's football. That is different than that situation that we just discussed over there.
Before the injury, it seemed like Shavers was making a real push. What have you seen from him early on in the camp and even before?
Yeah, no, he's making, that'll continue. He'll be back in a couple of days, I believe, and everything goes as planned. And he's a great young man. You guys know it. Probably one of the highlights last year that I remember was him taking that screen and going the distance, So, Shades and I just caught up a little bit this morning after the team meeting, and he's in good spirits. He wants to be out there. I know he needs those reps. We want to see him. But he's a hard guy to stop just in terms of his heart, his desire. You saw the players come over to him. I think that spoke volumes of who he is and how they respect him.
In a very short while, Khalil Shakir has emerged as
So is Alec Anderson.
I guess one of those core guys, like that you've had since under 2017. How has he emerged? What have you seen him emerging into that leadership role and being, I guess, a part of that Bills culture month?
Well, I think you saw when he was out last year, it was a game and a half, like really the second half of the first Ravens game. He was out there, but he really wasn't able to perform like he can. And I think you saw the impact on our offense and impact on our football team as a result. So, no, he's one of the guys. He's one of the main guys that can drive our football team and take it to another level.
He seems underrated nationally, though. I'm not sure he's on the radar nationally.
I'm not really into the rankings. He's one in my book, so that's all that matters.
Availability has been.
He's been with you a long time. You got a lot of new guys in the secondary this year, and he seems to always be somewhere for you. When you think of Cam and what he's done for your team and what he could do, what do you think about?
No, I love the fact that he's a UB product, and here's a young man that much like some of the names you've already mentioned here this morning, comes from practice squad, kind of ping ponging back and forth to the active, finally gets pushed up, and he earned that, and then he has created staying power because of his position flexibility. And every day that he's in the role that he's in, he gets more and more, he gets better and better at it, which is interesting because he's balancing sometimes not 2, but 3 positions. Even if you look last year, he played dime, he played nickel, he played safety, albeit some of those in backup roles, but that's just as hard as anything because it means he's not getting the reps during the week, but then he's asked to perform on game day. So that's, I tip my cap to Cam and the way he's handled that. And years ago when we had the UB Pro Day or our local Pro Day when he was there, I mean, Lance Leipold, who was his coach, is like, hey, this is the guy. And then I walked around to different staff members and saying, hey, and everyone pointed to Cam. And it's been real. It's been true. So.
Availability's been a bit of an issue for Balin for the last couple of years. But when he's healthy, what does he bring for you?
Yeah, you're talking linebackers, right? So linebackers, especially if you're not the starter, you're playing special teams, your core special teams players, and expected to contribute in that capacity. And Balin has that ability, as you said, and he knows this. We've talked about it. Is the availability is what's held him back at times. So he's very aware of that, and we're doing the best. Our medical staff's doing the best that we can to get him just in the right spot so that, we can test that a little bit, but not too much. And then he can get on into the season here.
Have you seen another level of confidence in Solomon? Different level of confidence and really development as far as technique for the type of role that you can play in your defense?
Yes. He's a second-year player, as you know, that I thought really had a good off season. And some players come in, make an impact their first year, and then that second or that first summer or second summer, however you want to say it, they kind of, I got this. I know what this is. I've done the same thing going from junior high to high school to college. They kind of get comfortable, and Solly didn't do that. Solly had an impact on special teams a little bit there for us and had some reps on defense. And I thought his summer was really good, and that's paying off as you watch him out here already to camp this morning. Yeah, you're good.
Cole Bishop has handled what you've asked of him thus far.
He's done a good
Cole
job.
Bishop, let's go.
Yeah, he's done a good job. He's focused. T-Rap has done a really good job of basically, locking arms with him and keeping him not dialed in, but more like, safeties, as you guys know, with Mike and Jordan, they have to be in lockstep, right, along with the middle linebacker and the nickel position, because they are the quarterbacks of the defense. And Cole, in his second year, is asked to do that, which is a hefty responsibility, in addition to just playing his position. So, I mean, that leadership by those guys that have helped him has been instrumental in his development to this point. There's still a lot of room for work, though, just through reps, experience, seeing what he hasn't seen, last year being hurt some of the season. So, getting these reps, the longer he can stay out here, the better off he'll be. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just heard from the coach himself, Sean McDermott, and man, we learned quite a bit. We learned quite a bit right here from head coach himself, specifically just locking in with all of these injuries. And this is less than ideal, folks, right? Because many would say, and here, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull this up for all of us to take a gander at here. But let's just say that the Buffalo Bills are working with a CVS receipt on the injury side of things. A few other takeaways we got from here, but I think that we need to take a look. Shout out to Chris Brown for highlighting all of this together. I am about to make a TikTok on this as well, so y'all are about to witness influencers in the wild. But this is less than ideal, right? Have shavers. It sounds like it's not as serious as we thought. But, guys, a lot of soft tissue issues are happening in Buffalo over at St. John Fisher. Have Curtis Samuel with a hamstring. You have Elijah Moore with general soreness. You have Caden Prather with a hamstring, who also was looked at in the tent yesterday off of the field. Kincaid, knee soreness. This is an issue, especially since he has had knee issues really since the beginning of his career in Buffalo. So something to watch out for. You have Dawson Knox, hamstring. We heard that he was activated off of the PUP. Sounds like he's still not ready to practice, but that was just yesterday. Followed by Bernard, hamstring. Bass has pelvis soreness. So that's something. It does make me feel a little bit better about his performance yesterday, because dude went like 6 for 12. It was really bad. Maybe we can say that it had to do with the conditions, but regardless, he did not look like Tyler Bass. And then you have offensive lineman Van Brand Granger. It's his calf. And then obviously Spencer Brown, who is still on the PUP list. So something to watch out for right now. Guys, I am actually going to make a TikTok on this real fast, so you guys get to witness a little behind the scenes action. As you are coming in, folks, I am consolidating each and every single piece of information that comes out of Bill's training camp today. Do me a favor, okay? Smash that like button, hit that thumbs up sign, because what I want to do is make sure that I can keep every single Bills fan informed for those of us that are not as lucky to be there in person. All right. So treat me like a radio station while you're at work. Do your thing. It's the first padded practice. Hit that thumbs up sign and let's get to business. All right. TikTok time. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Buffalo Bills currently have a CVS receipt of an injury report going into the first fully padded practice of the 2025 training camp. It's right before we go. Right before we go through this, stop what you're doing and follow me so you never miss a daily update. So, folks, this is less than ideal. Starting off with Shavers is an ankle injury. I suppose it's not all that bad because we thought the worst yesterday, but according to Sean McDermott, after his press conference, he should be fine. But a lot of soft tissue issues here. We have Curtis Samuel. We have Caden Prather. We have Elijah Moore, who is just general soreness. Have Knox with a hamstring, Bernard with a hamstring. It's bad. And then add Van Brand Granger to the mix as well. My biggest concern here is Dalton Kincaid with general knee soreness. He had a knee injury last year. And since it's only 5 days into practice, and he has been having quite an impressive start to training camp, hate to see that. All we know is that Buffalo needs to be bubble wrapped. We need to go into week 1 as healthy as humanly possible. And folks, I am live right now on YouTube, live reacting to everything that the Buffalo Bills are conducting out on the field. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Link is in bio. Follow me over here, and we'll see you soon. Dang, baby. Guys, smash that like button. Bear with me here, folks. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. All right, folks. All right. So, right as the Buffalo Bills begin their practice, or they are walking out in the field doing some individual drills, let's take a look at what we also learned from Sean McDermott. One thing that stood out to me is that it sounds like, at least the hints that he has been dropping, is that Cole Bishop and Taylor Rapp are likely, in Sean McDermott's mind, barring some massive change, the starting safety tandem. So he's been talking about how Cole has been, quote unquote, been doing well. I have only heard one update on this, and it had to do with him getting burned in coverage a couple of days ago. But it sounds like, for the most part, he's doing his job. And it's also encouraging that it sounds like Taylor Rapp has been lockstep with him for the entire time, right? Making sure that he is taking that mentor role and making sure that he gets scaled up as much as humanly possible. That safety battle is going to be something that hopefully we see a bit of today. And that was it. Like, that was like one of the biggest storylines. That, and then, of course, Alec Anderson with a dirty hit a couple of days ago, where Sean McDermott decided just to send him back to the locker room. He said there's nothing you can do to stop fights, but here we are. We have Josh Allen, QB1, Mr. MVP, Mr. Married Haley Steinfeld, and more recently, Mr. 99 overall on Madden. What has this guy not accomplished in his short tenure in the NFL? That is a question in and of itself. Bishop is not better than Hamlin. I don't care. I'll be honest with you, man. Hamlin has actually been having a better camp, at least based off of what I have been hearing, than Cole Bishop. It's a hard take because for some reason people really do not like Damar Hamlin, and for some reason, like, he is probably one of the most hated players on this roster for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Like, he's not an all-pro, folks. I'm not trying to tell you that Damar Hamlin is an all-pro on this team, or he is even top 15 in the NFL. However, I will say that he's not bad. He's not awful. He's Hamlin. He's Damar Hamlin. He's somewhat quality depth, if you were to ask me. Have Josh out here. Thanks to Bill's Outlet for the videos. I can only assume Bill's Outlet is actually at the training camp experience. Bill's tight end Dalton Kincaid will not practice Monday due to knee soreness. If Keon dominates in pads today, oh boy, we will be one happy group. Can Keon Coleman do it in pads? Can he do it in pads, ladies and gents? This is where we get answers, and I am so excited to make it happen. Let's talk about it. He is awful. Luke, he is awful. We have Luke. Hey, guys, listen, some people hate Damar Hamlin. All I'm saying is that, so I feel like that there's this false dichotomy in sports where people think you are either elite or awful. Like, there's no in between. That's a false dichotomy that I would like to retire, right? There is such thing where there is a suitable starter. It's not just elite and trash. There is a middle ground. And I can assure you that Damar Hamlin is indeed in the middle. All right? That's all I'm saying. I don't think that it's some crazy take. But I'm not buying into it that he's the worst safety in the NFL. That is just, it's not statistically backed that he is. You know what I mean? So would I rather somebody else start over Damar Hamlin? For sure. 110%. But he's not that bad. He's not as bad as I think a lot of people have. Look at them pads, baby. Pads are on. Whatever you do, for the love of God, don't hit QB1. I'm probably also going to encourage that, like, we chill on the injuries a little bit. Like, wouldn't that be ideal? Like, wouldn't that be cool? I would love to not have anybody added to the injury report today. And I feel like I'm asking a lot, especially since pads and actual contact is going to happen, especially after we heard from Sean McDermott saying that he wanted it to be nasty physical today. But then at the same time, he said no cheap shots and keep it clean. But he's trying to establish that nastiness. That is dedication. I came 4,300 miles, 26 hours to see the Buffalo Bills. That is dedication. Shout out to this family right here, man. Shout out to this family traveling from Alaska to see their Buffalo Bills. I got to tell you what, those people are probably feeling like it's a damn heat stroke out there right now, especially compared to Alaska. I think that's it. Dude, how about my boy Scott coming in with a super chat, $5 to start the damn day. Dan, I am so worried about the pile of injuries that are happening, especially with the 4th day of training camp and some are like serious. What do you think? So I feel like it's a lot of soft tissue. So it's not devastating injuries where we know for a fact somebody's going to be missing some significant time. I'd probably say the most serious injury would be Dorian Williams, because we saw him on a boot or with a boot yesterday. Still waiting on some sort of report of what his timeline is looking like. I feel like sorry about that, guys. That was strange. But so I feel like Dorian Williams is probably the most concerning for me. But since it's a lot of soft tissue, I do think that what we need to do is just make sure that, so they're rested and then you ultimately don't end up. Like, my theory on this is that why we're seeing so many issues is that we started off with the domino effect of players that weren't necessarily thinking that so with them, so we're going to be hurt. So then we ended up having that next man up stepping in and filling in those reps, and they weren't ready for those reps. Hence why everybody is getting added to it. I can certainly promise you that we are not the only team going through this. Several teams are going to see a massive uptick in injuries, because remember, like, these guys are coming off of summer vacation, right? And they haven't been going full 100% speed on the football field for quite some time. And no, I am not counting OTAs. I'm not even counting minicamp. Like, this is like truly like when they're trying to catch up to speed. So soft tissue aggravation would be a hell of a lot more normal than many are willing to admit. So I wouldn't freak out just yet. Carl Toman has come in with a $5 donation as well, man. I appreciate that. I am in no way concerned over the injuries. They all appear to be minor aches and pains, general soreness. We have not seen anyone blow out an ACL. And Carl, you know what? I'm going to give that a giant knock on wood right there, because we have seen a couple of players throughout the NFL already call it an end for their season. We saw a couple of torn ACLs already. We saw one in Seattle. I want to say we just saw one in Tampa yesterday. So we're going to have to hope for the best. Kincaid is not practicing due to his knee. Kincaid missed 4 games last season for a PCL injury, and it has lingered on. Not good news. Josh is a 99 overall this year in Madden. My son rejoices. Good. Look at that. Well-deserved, man, as QB1 is throwing on them damn pads. Charles, I answered this question. Many are starters, but none will be affected by week 1. Yeah, sorry about that, Charles. We have how many of these injuries are going to affect the first week of the regular season, and how many of these injuries are to definite starters. I would not be too upset, so I wouldn't worry much. It's common. It's very common right now. Like, these guys are just ramping up and they're going full speed. We don't know if all of them were taking their off-season training seriously. It's going to happen. It's something each and every single NFL team has to deal with. It's just soft tissue. It's not something that I'm going to be concerned about. Say that we start seeing some knee issues, then maybe that's going to be something I would be concerned about. Keon Coleman, folks, I got to tell you about Keon Coleman. A big day for him because he has had a really good camp, day 2, 3, and 4. Can he do what he has been doing with pads on today? If that is the case, I have a feeling everybody in here is about to be celebrating. A big day for Keon Coleman. He is going to be a player that I am going to be watching very closely. Very, very closely. Jeff has come in. Thanks for the knock on wood, Dan. I thought the same damn thing as you read that. You know, I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. I am done with worrying about the Bills before the playoffs. MVP confidence. I love that energy. It's true. As long as Josh Allen stays as healthy as humanly possible, that's all that matters. Every team around the league is sitting players in the chat are funny. Oh, my God. I am really worried about Dalton Kincaid. Kincaid definitely re-signing this chat is funny. Definitely re-signing. Welcome to the 99 Club, JA17. Guys, 420 of you are currently rocking with me on YouTube right now. 232 of you are on YouTube. 181 of you are on X. I got to tell you what, guys. Listen, I am nosy, and I want to understand where everybody is tuning in from. Sound off in the chat right now and let me know where you are tuning in from. Roll call action, including all of the lurkers. For everybody that just likes to listen to what I have to say, is not too active in the chat, that's completely fine. I'm not going to force you. But just let us know where you're tuning in from, man. I am always curious to see what is the most unique place that somebody is living. Let's roll off that roll call and let's get our Bills spirit up, our Bills energy through the damn roof. Roll call in the chat. I also want to let everybody know that I am going to be streaming the entirety of today's practice. My goal is to consolidate every single piece of information that comes out of Bills camp, so you do not need to play catch up by the time that you are finished with work and your day-to-day responsibilities. So if you can, folks, what we want to do is grow this live chat community to new lengths. How we can do that together, how we can accomplish this together is quite simply just by hitting that thumbs up sign. If there is 238 of us in the chat, there needs to be 238 like buttons hit. That is the thumbs up sign. Lock it in. Lock it in, folks. Let's make it happen. Dan, you are my inspiration. I lost another 50 pounds from working out and not eating junk food and quit alcohol and just beefing up. So thank you. I am at 170. Scott, dude, I am so glad that you ended up taking that damn advice. And I'm glad that you put health at the forefront, man. It's definitely a massive confidence booster. And I know that each and every dude, listen, man, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you, man. That is awesome. Tampa is in the building. Buffalo is in the building. Sweden, look at that. Rochester, New York. Epstein Island, holy shit. At work at Bowling Green, Kentucky. Ireland is in the building. What is going on? Nunda, New York. The Bees believe. Look at that, dude. Sodus, New York. We have Bean will resign Kincaid as a bargain. Book it. B-A-U-T, beautiful. Lando Lakes, Florida. Beautiful, man. I love to hear it. Guys, do not be shy. Roll call in the chat. Hit that thumbs up sign. Let's make it happen. Virginia, Richmond. Altoona, Iowa is in the building. I see you in here all the time, Midnight. I appreciate that. We have Augusta, Georgia. Gainesville, Florida. Joshua Record in the chat, man. What's going on? Hope all is well. Bahamas, Nova Scotia, Canada, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Lackawanna, New York, man. Guys, keep on keeping on. Roll call in the chat. 268 of you in here. First full padded practice of the day. We have Niagara Falls in the building. We have Germany in the building. Lee Valley, Pennsylvania. Go Bills, man. I love it. I love it. I love it, guys. Listen, like I said, my goal is to keep you informed for the next 2.5 hours. I will be opening up the Garage Beer hotline once practice is over with, in case any of you would like to call in and have anything on your mind. Have Josh Allen padding up once again. Keon Coleman is going to be a major difference maker year 2. This is per Peter DeBossi. That's what he thinks. That's what he thinks. Our boy over here. Keon, what you got for us, baby? Yeah, what you got for us, Keon? Uh-oh. Let's see. All right. Hey, dude, listen, what can you do? What can you do, man? It's going to be a good one. All right, we have Chattanooga, Tennessee in the building, Louisiana, Houston, Wakanda with my feet up. My boy, Adrian, what's good, man? How you doing? How you doing, man? Cheekto, Vegas, baby. That's what I'm talking about, man. Cheek Vegas over here, bright and sunny. South Florida. Dan, keep going, doing your thing, my man. This is perfect. Hey, man, listen, I am doing this for you guys. I want to make sure all of you are as informed, especially as Bill's padded practice comes in, because as you know, like this is the day where I can actually walk away with some key takeaways, actual takeaways. Everything else had a certain level of speculation for the past 4 days. Now, let's see what this defensive line looks like. Let's see what this run game looks like as well, because pads also play a massive influence on being able to gather actual information from the running back room. So that's something there. Charlotte, North Carolina. Surprise, Arizona. Sergio. That's a really cool town name, man. Cortland, New York. Go Bills. Don Mafia. Ghana. Dude. Okay. Ghana might be one of the most interesting places where somebody is from today. Sweden is typically up there. Same thing. Once we had Madagascar here. I'm not sure if that person was lying, but say that was true, then that was also pretty intriguing. And do you think that Will McDonald is the best defensive end in the division? Alex Small, I think that he might be a Jets fan with that question. It's tough to say. It's tough to say to me. I really don't. It's tough for me to crown the best defensive end in the division. Just ask me that question later. And just ask me that question, I'd say midway through the season. Iowa is in the building. Don't forget to like and smash, folks. Let's get this ball rolling. Josh just made Madden 99 Club. He did, and you know what? It's well-deserved. It's well-deserved. Buffalo South, Buffalo Jared. Mafia Madness. We definitely don't have a better defense. Hello, it's time for the real practice. Morning, Dan. Since Sucks Kincaid is not practicing, got to hope it's over cautionary at this point in the season. Hawes legacy practice. Sounds like it, man. Sounds like it. Guys, we have 250 of you on YouTube rocking with me right now. We need to make sure that we have that like button absolutely locked in. Can we get it done? Can we get it done, folks? 159 like button smash. Guys, hit that thumbs up sign. It takes less than a second. Helps out tremendously. Our goal is 500 like buttons by the end of this stream. Let's do our part, and let's make sure that every Bills fan that is not lucky enough to be at St. John Fisher in person walks away informed. But more importantly, getting all of that information immediately rather than having to find it later. Man, I cannot wait to start getting some updates right now. We have Tampa, Florida, the Bahamas, Jamal. I think that's the third person in the Bahamas that's been tuning in. Man, holy hell, dude. We have a great family out in the Bahamas, apparently. All right? So the Dan Mitchell brand is out there, and I love that. Any opinion on the Kyle Pitts rumors? I haven't heard many rumors about Kyle Pitts recently. So I heard that he could potentially be on the trade block, but now that he's like really into training camp, it's kind of tough it's tough to see him potentially be on the move. So it sounds like Penix really likes him. And so it also sounds like him and Penix have been creating some pretty solid chemistry. So I'd probably be shocked if he was on the move. I never see any fellow North Buffaloers. Look at that, man. Hey, listen, man, there are quite a few people locked in the actual Western New York area on this stream too. Paul, about him being a wide receiver, I smashed the like just now, Dan. Ash, my boy. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. How serious was the Landon Jackson injury? When is he back? He's back already. He is in pads, and we will see what he has to do. He started off on the PUP list with some back soreness, I think. But let's hope for the best. He is one that I think we really need to be careful with. Really need to be careful with that guy because he's had an extensive injury history, and I don't want to see that come to fruition, if you will. Hopefully, Hairston will be able to tackle due to his matter of size. William, he is back. Dan, it's my birthday. Could you shout me out, please? Shout out to Midnight in the chat from Iowa, my dude. Guys, listen, spam happy birthday in the chat for my boy Midnight. That's my guy. Buffalo Bills is huge in the Bahamas. However, the biggest fan base is the Miami Dolphins. So imagine the rivalry here in Nassau, Bahamas. Damn, dude. Damn. The Miami Dolphins. I suppose it makes sense, like based off of geography. But man, bro, you keep on fighting the good fight, man. I love that. Big rookie day, TD. I feel it. killing that like button. Good, Jason. Thank you so much. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Eric. Look at that. Look at that, man. Hey, Dan, how realistic is a possible trade for Trey Hendrickson coming to Buffalo? Rick and Yvonne have come in with a great question. So I would be shocked if Buffalo makes any sort of move to bring in an outside player. Say that there's any major transaction, I think it's going to be a Connor McGovern extension, a James Cook extension, or really just taking care of our own. I would be shocked. I would not be pissed. Obviously, who's going to be upset about having a guy that came in that's led the league in sacks for the past 2 years? I don't think anybody's going to be upset about that, but I just don't think Beane's going to do it. I just don't think that he's going to put that on top of his priority list. Happy birthday. It's my birthday on the 28th of September, so I'm hoping to go to the Bills and Saints game that Sunday. Dan G. Johnson, I hope your birthday wish comes true, my friend. I really do. Jason, we have a long injury report, and everyone is exaggerating how bad it is because people like to do that, and they're mostly soreness. It's not bad at all. I would not read too much into it. It's not a big issue. Off topic, Dan, but how do you think Lawrence will do this season with the Jags? I thought he wanted to be traded. So I don't think he wanted to be traded. It's tough for Trevor Lawrence. Say that he proves me wrong, then I will gladly come on this stream and tell you. But I think he's a bust. And so I think he's just not as good as people thought that he was going to be. But I would be happy to be proven wrong, but I just don't see it. And so I think he's wildly overrated. I think he's one of the most coddled quarterbacks in the NFL, especially with nothing to stand on. Like he's truly, in my opinion, the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. And I have no idea how anybody still has faith that he can be or live up to that first overall pick hype. I'm fighting indeed and winning. However, the talks are always, we have a perfect season record in Super Bowl. What do you have? I always say JA-17. And then an actual memory of the Buffalo Bills being good. Because, Ash, I can almost guarantee you the vast majority of the people that are clowning you with that statement, tell them to dust off their VCR machine and watch that Super Bowl replay. Because they were on average -36 when that happened. All right? So you have actually experienced in your life happiness that Buffalo has brought you, while they have not. All right? So just tell them to go to the local pawn shop and try and find a VCR, because that's the only way that they will ever be able to relive that. That's how it is. It never made sense to me when people flex on something that they weren't there to witness. It just doesn't make sense to me, right? It just doesn't make sense to me. But hey, what can you do? And one other thing y'all have in common is that both you and whatever Dolphins fan that you do argue with, y'all have never witnessed your team win a Super Bowl. So you guys are not so different. Linebacker Matt Milano is celebrating his birthday today as he turns 31 years old. 31, man. Listen, it's funny because like when I scroll through X and so I see somebody's turning a specific age, an NFL player, and he's turning 30 or 31, my first instinct is always just like, oh my God, like fool is old, man. What are we talking about? He's all washed up. But then I need to humble myself and remind myself that I'm 34. Like, wow, holy shit. In NFL terms, folks, I am an old, washed player. So not unless that, like, I was a kicker or I was a quarterback or something like that. Maybe I'm still maybe in my prime, but for the most part, at 34, that's washed up in the NFL, man. It's crazy how the perception of age changes so significantly when you're watching football. It's certainly humbling for all of my friends that are 30 plus in this chat right now. In fact, you know what? I am kind of curious to hear the average age of the live chat. I do want to say most of my audience is between 25 and 35 and 40 as well. So I know that that's the case. So I know the vast majority of you do relate to me. That again, or then again, I'm not sure that he deserved that contract he got. With Lawrence. Yeah, he sucks. He sucks. I'm sorry about that. I am 38, 16. I will be 29 this September, 35, 60. Buffalo Snowy. That's my guy, man. What's going on? I'm 40, 50 here, 35, 23. So we are very diverse. So we are very diverse in this chat, man, which is awesome. We got 16, 51, 34 here, 43, 34 in my prime. Dude, you know what? I got to tell you, I do think that the 30s are the prime, all right? Maybe it's just me in denial. I don't know what it is, but I do feel like my 30s, I'm feeling better in my 30s. Like maybe it's because I'm more financially stable or something. I don't know. But yeah, dude, so far I have enjoyed the 30s. I have enjoyed my 30s, man. I can tell you that. 17, 39, 45, 30. I'm 41. Shit. We have Real Bill P 68. That's my guy, man. That's my guy. Dan, I'm 44 and we'll be 44, 8 through 27. I'm 60, 22, 29, 34, 42. And in my prime, I'm 23, 35, 28. It's crazy that my boy JT is 23 and using Facebook. That's my boy right there. He's keeping it alive, baby. He's keeping Facebook alive. The younger generation, Gen Z, helping it out. 20. Dan, I am 44 and will be 44 on August 27th. Dude, look at that, man. Listen, I am sure that you do not look a day over 30, my friend. I can guarantee you that. 62 years young, Rhonda. I love to see it. We have an old timer here, 54 years with no Super Bowl ring. Rick, it's just as painful for myself, and I'm 34 here. I'm 58, and Nuke is calling us unks. Hey, Nuke, come on, man. Come on, brother. It's all right, man. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right, man. It's all right. 47 soon, 45, 25, and 26. And we will see. Nuke, you know what, man? I kind of wish that like you had a YouTube channel because like as soon as when I have kids and they're like 15, I'm going to send them to your YouTube channel and just spam unk like right in your chat. But hey, it is what it is. It is a vicious cycle out here, boys. It is a vicious cycle. My bad. I just hopped on and I saw all of the injuries today. Is there anything to be worried about? For me, not particularly, because it's mostly soft tissue, and this is something that every NFL team normally deals with right now. Do keep in mind, they are just coming off summer vacation, and they're just going 100% right now. So there's going to be some growing pains, so right, if you will. So we will see. This is my age 43 season, the 43rd season. I love it, dude. I love it. 42 is in the building, 67, 27, and time keeps ticking faster and faster. Dude, it really does. The second you turn 21, second you turn 25, like years feel like months. I shit you not. It's true. It's like time for me has just been moving. Like once you're over 25, time flies, bro. Flies. It's crazy. So you young bucks, enjoy it. Enjoy it. And so when you're pissed off and you're sitting right in your high school classroom, okay, savor it. Savor it. Because I do know that time is slow as hell, but dude, savor it. Trust me, because shit flies, bro. 41, Greenville, South Carolina. I just turned 16. My boy, dude, what is going on? This is going to be Kelsey's last season. Is it? Is it? I have 24 and 2 kids, Tua and Tyreek. Wow, you really named your kids Tua and Tyreek. I like that, dude. That is dedication. So I'm assuming you must have them. Oh, dude. And so you must hate your kids. So you must hate your kids, Will, is basically what you're saying. All right, so we have cornerback Taron Johnson is back after his veteran rest day. Yesterday was Taron Johnson's birthday, folks. Have the players out here. We have Maxwell Harrison practice highlights, all courtesy of Bill's Outlet, by the way. Shout out to Bill's Outlet. Give him a follow on X if you haven't. Rookie is fighting for the starting CB2 spot. It's between him and Tre'Davious White. Another day, another birthday. Happy birthday, Matt Milano. You have MVP target practice. Look at Josh, man. He's cleaning up the first day of padded practice, and I can appreciate that. I don't know. I feel that way about 18. After 18 and out of high school, time has gone fast. It does, man. Savor it and take care of yourself, bro. Like, take care of yourself, man. Like, make sure you put your health at an utmost priority. And so you hit the gym as much as you can and you eat whole foods, healthy foods for you. And more importantly, just enjoy life, dude. You know, just enjoy life. Savor every single moment. Savor every single lesson. That's what you got to do. Lackawanna, New York, but moving to Brockport, New York next month. And Brandon Bean's birthday, 43 yesterday. Jacksonville, Florida, go Bills. Happy belated birthday to our friend George Powell in the chat. Guys, we have 285 of you in the chat already. Please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up sign, guys. Listen, what we are wanting to do is make sure that as much Bills Mafia is informed about today's practice, it is an important practice to be informed on since pads are on. So do me a favor, smash that like button, hit that thumbs up sign, and let's lock in. Let's lock in, man, because we are going to be getting some answers about the trenches. So the NFL Plus discount code just went out for season ticket holders via email, $40 off this year. All right, so if anyone's a season ticket holder here and you want NFL Plus, check it out. The birthday boy himself, Matt Milano, turns 31 years old. Milano on his 31st birthday. For the love of God, man, stay healthy. And you know what? So this is kind of a sick thought, and I'm so glad that it's not the case. But seeing how extensive our injury report is right now, I'm almost kind of shocked that Matt Milano's not on it. Like, knock on wood, I obviously don't want him to be, but it's the nature of the beast. Travis Kelce also revealed that his decision to retire or not will not be announced immediately at the end of the 2025 season. Pads on today? Sweet. Pads are on, my friend. Pads are on. How many more days of camp? We have tomorrow, and then we're off Wednesday. We have one on Thursday, and then we have the red, white, and blue game Sunday, and then we have a couple of more spread out right after the scrimmage. So right after the scrimmage, and then afterwards we have preseason week 1, and then within afterwards. So the Bills just go back to their own facilities and practice. It is not open to the media. How is Kincaid's knee still an issue? I mean, dude, it sucks. It sucks, man. Let's hope for the best. It's not. It's called taking it slow. Look at that. Hey, Dan, and how do you think Kellen Moore will do his first season as a head coach of the New Orleans Saints? So I think they're going for the number 1 overall pick, to be honest with you. I am not high on Tyler Shook. I'm not high on Spencer Rat-a-tat-tat Rattler, right? So I think that this is going to be a growing pains year, and that's fine because this team really needs it. So they need to be able to dig themselves out of this cap hell that they've been in for seemingly years. So I'm not too high on the Saints being very competitive this year. It's going to be bad. We have Mafia Madness saying 0-17. And then maybe they end up hitting the draft next year. And next year, guys, we have a really good quarterback class coming out. A very, very good one. I don't think Arch Manning is going to be a part of it. Not unless he absolutely scorches college football and he wins the Heisman, then maybe he'll enter the draft. But it sounds like based off of his family's history, he's going to play one more year at Texas next year. So I'd say that the Saints are probably going to walk away with whoever the top quarterback is in college ball. So I could see Lenoris Sellers potentially. So I could see Garrett Nussmeier from LSU. Maybe Drew Aller from Penn State. A lot of really good quarterbacks are coming out of college ball next year. So I am very excited to see who is the next QB to dominate and actually make a day 1 impact. Dan, isn't the Hall of Fame game on Thursday? Yes, the Lions and the LA Chargers will face off on Thursday evening at the same town as the Football Hall of Fame. Joey Bosa ready to work on day 5 of Bills training camp, first day in pads. He's another one that we all need to hope can stay healthy in training camp. Because when he's healthy, guys, I got to say, he's a quality player. And for the love of God, we need some quality players, particularly on that defensive line. Mike White looking to win the QB2 battle, and I'll tell you what, I have a feeling he's going to. Largely because Mitchell Trubisky's cap hit is pretty significant. So say that Mike White is not significantly worse than Mitchell Trubisky, I'd probably pick Mike White to be QB2 this year and save the money from Mitchie Biscuits. Carson, first pick, Cade Klubnik. He is a dog from Clemson. He is a dog, indeed. I always forget about Cade Klubnik. And he's actually the dude that's likely going to be the Heisman favorite going into the season. A lot can change, obviously, but he is also a quality quarterback prospect. Good morning from Missoula. What up, Chris? Hope all is well. Jeff has come in. Hey, Dan, I am going to the scrimmage Friday at Highmark. I've been taking my sons every year since it started. It's so awesome. Are you going to have a live show after the scrimmage so we can discuss it? So fun fact, a life update for all of you. I am moving into my house on Friday. So I'm sure you guys have probably noticed that my shelf where my helmets typically were are gone. I have moved that into the truck. And basically my current residence is filled with boxes with the exception of this room because I just need to give you guys some sort of background whatsoever. So I am going to be moving all day. It's hard to say that I will be live on Friday. So I will do my best. I still need to make sure that internet is connected into my new house. So I don't believe that I will be, but I will try. Worst case scenario, I will just end up doing like a phone live or something like that. Something that's not quite as professional as you guys have grown accustomed to, but I will certainly try my best. I'm going to be moving and lugging boxes downstairs. It does suck, Chris. It does suck. I hate it. I really, really do. But it's part of the game, and we'll see. Dad, I agree with you that White may win the second QB job. However, Josh Allen loves Mitchell. I think that's something that we need to look into, right? Like, is that going to be a leading factor? I don't know. Congrats on the house, Dan. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I am really, really excited for my new office. It's like double the size of this. And I have some really cool ideas for what I'm about to be doing with the background. So it's going to be cool, man. That and a garage, man. I missed a garage. All right. So maybe I might be doing some live game reactions from the garage from time to time when it's not like 108 degrees outside in Florida. So maybe more of like some October or November games, perhaps. Dude, get moved into your house and the stream will still be here when you get back. Congrats. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate that, man. We are leaving Friday. So you will see me live tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday as well. So I'm still grinding, and then maybe I'll go on ahead and I'll put together, like a pre-record video for you guys to enjoy during my normal streaming time. But I appreciate my audience's loyalty to hang out with me. And so I was going to say that you got to do a sick background for sure. I know. I have some cool stuff that I am going to do. So what I'm going for is more of like a professional background, right? But we'll see. And plus, since my company Roundtable Sports covers all of the NFL and college football now, I think I might sprinkle in some intriguing pieces. Like still Buffalo Bills dominated, obviously, but I'm probably going to make it a bit more neutral as well. We have Cam Lewis and Matt Milano working through individual drills. Just stay healthy. And Matt, for the love of God, watch out for that bicep. All right. That is PTSD all over it. What's up, Dan? Go Bills. I was going to say you have to do. Dan, make sure you take Bob. Bob is coming with me, Ash. Trust me. Bob is coming with me. I don't know how I would be able to watch games without Bob being right by me. All right. You bring Bob, right? Yes, Bob is coming. Yes, Bob is indeed coming. Hey, Dan, if you don't have a room at your house for that Jim Kelly jersey, I will take it. Charles, unfortunately, my friend, I am bringing the Jim Kelly jersey. All right. But hey, man, listen, I appreciate that. Bro, lift with your legs, not with your back. I have actually hired movers to help me. So that's good. So I hired this one company that has like a bunch of college kids and stuff like that. So Dan Mitchell's not added to the injury report. That's big. So I'm going to be having some assistance. Look at Sean locked in, dude. He's looking for some nasty physicality based off of his presser earlier today. Dude, he's ready to bitch somebody out. For the love of God, man. I feel like all of us are waiting at the end of our chairs or the edge of our chairs, waiting to see that first episode of Hard Knocks. Show me what I got. Bob is living rent-free. Well, so he pays rent with these hands, bro. That's what it is. So these hands are his rent, baby. Don't worry about that. We have Jesse. Put a Mahomes jersey on Bob in the new place. 36 degrees in Florida today, Dan. Stay cool. 36, man. We're talking Celsius we're talking about, baby. Look at that. Or 96, he probably meant to say. He looks so goofy. Bro is locked in, and I love it. On IR for 5 streams, bro. Oh, dude. Dude, I know. Dude, I know. Like, what's helpful is that so right now I am in a condo, and so I guess based off of contractor regulations, you don't need an elevator. So you don't need an elevator for 3-story units. Once you get to 4 stories, that's when you need an elevator. And unfortunately, I am on the 3rd floor. So luckily, this is going to be the last time I have ever had to lug heavy furniture down a flight of stairs. And the new place is likely ranch style, so that's good. So I have no stairs to walk up, just down. So that's so that's it. All right. So rest in peace and say a prayer for my hammies and my lower back. All right. More Maxwell Hairston content. Sean McDermott's locked in. Folks, I could imagine that we will be getting some practice updates here momentarily. For everybody that is tuning in, 317 of you are in the chat right now or watching me live. I appreciate you. Welcome to the show. Each and every single year for training camp, I am live for the entirety of it, giving you play-by-play and giving you all of the news updates that come out on field. Almost a mimic that you are actually out on the field seeing it for yourself. So say, for example, that you appreciate that, guys. Please do me a favor and help pull your weight and hit that thumbs up sign for me. It's completely free. It takes less than a second. And I want to make sure that we grow this community to new heights over here. And by doing so, folks, we are going to have a really fun live chat. I am going to be opening up the Garage Beer hotline at the end of this stream where you guys will have an opportunity of calling in. I will do my best to get to every single caller once it's all said and done. So hit that like button and subscribe and turn on bell notifications, man. Turn on bell notifications, man. That streaming setup is the last to move and first to set up. You already know, Carly. You already know, Carly. Shout out Carly, our member. I love that. Bills defensive tackle TJ Sanders headed. Like, we haven't even heard anything. Like, they're doing individual drills right now, folks. They are doing individual drills right now. They are doing individual drills right now, folks. And we already have our rookie defensive tackle, TJ Sanders, heading to the medical tent. I haven't heard that 7-on-7s have began, but that's a pain in the ass. Okay. I have to remember to start writing notes. Practice. TJ Sanders heading to medical tents. This is going to be a shitty day, isn't it, folks? I just have a feeling that this is about to be a shitty day, isn't it? I mean, frick, F them up. That's what I'm talking about, Dan. Bro, fire the strength and coordinator staff. Oh, brother, sup, Dan. The man, 10 players out today. What the hell? And it sounds like 11 has just been added, folks. All right, never mind. If with the anyone is going to give me an answer, what game should I play in Madden? What game should you play, bro? I mean, obviously, just run it with the Buffalo Bills franchise. Sup, Dan. 10 players out. Sounds like 11 right now with TJ Sanders, unfortunately, being added to the medical tent or walking to the medical tent, which is very upsetting. Guys, hit that thumbs up sign. We have TJ Sanders headed into the medical tent. TJ Sanders just left the field with an athletic trainer. Bills, TJ Sanders. Boys, look, like, we can sit here and like, we can blame the medical staff and the strength and conditioning coaches, but really at the end of the day, like, these players have been away from the facilities for about a month and a half. Like, I get it. Why are you not putting like your physical health, and why are you not putting your physicality to work during this time off? It's normal, I know, but damn, bro, we are dropping like damn flies right now. We are dropping like absolute flies, and it's so upsetting. It is so upsetting. So First big news to come out of practice today, folks, unfortunately, is TJ Sanders being added to the medical tent or being escorted to the medical tent. That is frustrating. That is wildly, wildly frustrating. Folks, as you're coming in again, I'm consolidating each and every single piece of information that is coming across my screen. 325 of you are watching me right now, and only 223 like buttons have been hit. Please do me a favor, guys. If you are watching, there's over 100 of you rocking with me that have not hit that thumbs up sign. Let's do that because I want to get as many Bills fans in here as possible because we have a lot to discuss today. Pads are on. Starting off practice, we have yet another injured player added to the list, and TJ Sanders. Let's cross our fingers and hope it's nothing serious. Maybe soft tissue. It is what it is. Are other teams dealing with so many injuries so fast? Yes, it is the cruel reality of this time of the year because as much as we like to remain optimistic that these players are putting their physical conditioning at top priority, I mean, very oftentimes it's just not the case. And I get it, right? So these dudes have like very difficult jobs and they obviously want to like have some R&R time. But I mean, it's the nature of the beast, folks. It is the nature of the beast. Feels like 109 here in Central Florida today. Yikes, man. Need a new strength and conditioning team. Smash that gorgeous thumbs up sign. Morgan, are we even going to have a team by the first preseason game, let alone week 1? So it's a lot of soft tissue. So we should be good, but it's still frustrating. Sadat, what up, dude? Hope all is well. And these guys make enough money to buy a Peloton. Dude, like stretch, bro. Like stretch. Listen, man, like we need to get these guys in yoga, hot yoga. And so if y'all ever done hot yoga before, that shit is next level. I can tell you that much. Just because TJ is headed to the medical tent doesn't mean he is seriously injured. And that's what we're hoping for, Lucas. That is indeed what we're hoping for. You guys got to understand that they are extremely extra careful with injuries in camp. Statement, these guys are coming off of vacations, then trying to play their hardest to prove a point. They will be okay, and their bodies have to get acclimated to this level of play again. Just my opinion. And that is a great opinion to have, and that is a great thing for us to potentially rest our heads on because, I mean, you hate to see it. Bills offensive lineman Alec Anderson is heading to the medical tent. Alec Anderson, folks. Headed to the medical tent. Folks, I'm currently taking notes right now, and what is dominating is the current injury report leading into practice, and then now we have yet another player that is added or heading to said medical tent. Rent is due today, Bob. Kyle 941. Is there any injury? Okay. That big of a deal in July. Just don't want any major ones that go into the season. I totally agree with you. Rent is due today, Bob. Is there a hot nurse or something? Holy shit. FFS. We have run it back. Loves when I beat Bob up. Bob is now heading toward the medical tent. Bob's about to go to the medical tent here if I see one more player heading to the medical tent. Like, what's upsetting is that, like, these dudes haven't even started 7-on-7s yet. Like, they're just running individual drills, ramping up. But we have Dorian Williams, folks. Here he is. Oh, no more boots. Is dealing with a calf issue, have a sleeve on his right calf. So he doesn't have a boot on anymore, which is encouraging. Maybe I'll need to have the thigh doc come in and talk to us a little bit. We have TJ Sanders and Alec Anderson already with injuries during the first day of pads. Interesting to see if either return. Alec Anderson now leaves the field with the trainers too. I haven't heard that TJ Sanders left the field yet, but something to watch out for, folks. Something to watch out for. You have Alec Anderson. We have an update from Dorian Williams out on the sideline right now. And that's it. 343 of you rocking with me right now, folks. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications. Let's get it done. Dan, and I was at my favorite college team's workout a week ago, and they were filling up the medical tent like it was an emergency room on a holiday weekend. It will be fine. Bill, I appreciate the sentiment, and I certainly appreciate you for trying to talk me off of a ledge. I appreciate that. Late to the show, Utica, New York. What is going on? Hope all is well. This keeps happening. Our team is going to be called the Buffalo Dr. Bills. Wow. Guys, so again, it's likely just soft tissue. And keep in mind, I do think that a lot of these guys are dehydrated. It's super hot outside. Oh, okay. A little look at defensive players going through positional drills and getting ready for the first day of pads. Sal Capaccio blessing us with a little bit of camp clips right now. What's the defense going to look like today? I think that's the question. I think that is the question. Folks, 333 of you in here rocking with me today. I'm going to need 333 like buttons hit, guys. I am making sure that all of you stay informed of what is happening at camp. Almost to mimic that you were there in person. So say that you're working, or say that you're on the road, or say that you're in school, perhaps you're studying, and you're just using me as a little background noise or treating me like a podcast you're listening to while going through your day-to-day responsibilities. I ask that y'all just do me a favor and hit that thumbs up sign, and let's propel this out to the YouTube algorithm, folks. All right, we want to make sure that every Bills fan is informed of what is happening today, and just hit that like button for me, guys. It's that easy. No, we are not trading Josh to Dallas. I have no idea what that is. Landon Jackson already has had 3 ACL surgeries. He has had 3 ACL injuries, 2 in high school, 1 in college. I can't wait for episode 3 of Hard Knocks to be 50-plus minutes of medical tent coverage. They might as well just have a camera right in front of that medical tent at that one point. But thankfully, Bill pointed out that while he was watching Virginia Tech, he saw that medical tent open quite a bit. So something to look out for. Guys, hit that like button for me. Let's pump this up to 350 like buttons smashed. I guarantee you, out of the 333 of you watching with me right now, at least 100 plus of you have not hit that thumbs up sign. Lock that in, and let's learn what the first day of padded practice has to come with, man. This is a big thing. This is a big thing. What would y'all do if Micah Parsons somehow got traded? Or let's just say they don't sign him, and he goes into free agency and decides he wants to play with us. What do you think our record would be? So it definitely wouldn't make us worse. So with a pass rusher like that, I do think that Micah Parsons will end up finding a deal with Dallas. Hey, what's up, Dan? What's up, Ronald? Hope all is well. I could see fans jumping ship. Ruben, Dak would have been in the medical tent as well. I am worried about Bob. You have beaten the hair off of his body and his arms have fallen off. Hey, man. Hey, Bill, you know what? So I try to calm down a little bit. So when it comes into Bob, and he typically doesn't take beatings during this time of the year. It's normally when I'm just giving you my live play-by-play reaction during the games, when my adrenaline is through the roof. But don't worry about Bob. He's built different, and he can handle it. Good thing you've got the ref dummy. Better to take your frustration out on him than a real person, right? That or my drywall is what I always like to say. That's why I bought Bob, because I said, you know what? Like when something frustrates me out on the football field, I needed something to let my anger out on. Lo and behold, Bob. Lo and behold, Bob, ladies and gentlemen. Is Josh Allen in the 99 club in Madden? Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he is indeed, folks. All right, Bills beat right here. We have a little look at the defensive players going through positional drills. So I think all of us are just sitting at the edge of our seats waiting for 7-on-7s to begin. I do imagine that they're probably putting a bit more time into positional drills today because they need to ramp these guys up, especially since 2 guys have already left the field with injuries. Have to look into it. I need a group deep breath. All will be okay. It's July, and the boys need to get in season form. Jared, you all right? Guys, you know what? Like, let's do a group deep breath right here. 1, 2, 3, inhale. And exhale. Look at that. Look at that, man. Look at that. Some breath work on the channel. some breath work on the channel. Y'all not only get football coverage, but also some positive zen. I can appreciate that for sure. Bear with me here, folks. We got to open the third eye. Okay. All right, man. I almost passed out with that breather. Oh, my God. Well, don't do that, bro. Hey, well, don't do that, man. We can't have you passing out on stream. You know what I mean? All right. First session. All right, folks. Update from Alex Brasky. Shout out Brasky. He's saying first session of offensive line, defensive line on one-on-ones, fully pads. You had AJ Epinesa, nice power rush on Deion Dawkins. Tylen Grable stifles Gregory Rousseau. Grable's the man, folks. Grable is the man, and Landon Jackson pushes Chase Lunt into the backfield. The pads are popping. All right, ladies and gents, we are going to add this right to the notes. I like that. I like that, ladies and gents. I like that. Shout out to Alex Brasky. We're finally getting updates. Folks, hit that thumbs up sign. I'm consolidating all of this information for you as you come in. Let's get this like button up to 350. Chat, let me know when we hit it. Go on ahead and lock in, folks. I am giving you everything that is happening. A look at the defensive plans. First session, OLDL. We saw AJ Epinesa power rush Deion Dawkins. One, apparently. Grable stifles Gregory Rousseau. And Landon Jackson pushes Chase Lunt into the backfield. How about a first update for Landon Jackson, the edge rusher out of Arkansas? D-line and O-line 1v1s have started. It is the trenches. Let's talk business. Dan, is today first day of pads? It is indeed, JTL. It is indeed. Dallas be like, this is our year, goes 5-12. Every single time, like paperwork. I already did it. Ronald, thank you, man. I appreciate you for filling in your part. Guys, I'm going to use the restroom real fast. I'll be right back. Have no fear. And do me a favor and hit that like button. Go ahead. All right. Let's go. And so the main vein has been drained, folks. Let's get into business. Let's talk a little business right now. Okay, so we have one update with the line, offensive line and defensive line per Alex Brasky, folks. Pads are popping right now. Let's see what these drills are starting to look at. Bob is holding down the stream in Dan's absence. Guys, let's ask Bob some questions. Hey, man, fire away, dude. We're going to have to do a Q&A for good old Bob sooner rather than later. I appreciate the crew in Bills Beat. Great reporting and constant up-to-date info. For sure. For sure, man. Listen, without them, like, what the hell would we be able to react to? I think that is the question. Get the likes to 300. I think that we can do that. Dan, I can read lips. Bob said you sit when you pee. Charles, he's getting that later. He's getting that later, man. Bob, why do you let Dan whip your ass always? Oh, dude. Oh, man. Hey, listen. He's actually got his licks on me, surprisingly enough, last season. And so I did an uppercut on him, and, like, he scraped the hell out of this knuckle right here. So he's gotten his licks on me. I can promise you that. Dan, as you are aware, Hallmark is doing a Christmas movie featuring the Buffalo Bills. I just found out one of Hallmark's top stars, Chad Michael Murray, is a huge Bills fan. Pretty cool. He is, man. He is, dude. He is a diehard Buffalo Bills fan. So something to think about. Dwayne Carter, first rep of 9-on-7 run drill, tackle for a loss. Dwayne, listen, dude. Dwayne is typically, so his father-in-law is typically in this chat. Really? I'd say almost always. If Shane is in here, let me know what's going on. We have Dwayne Carter's father-in-law is always in this chat hanging out with us. So if he is here, let yourself be known, my friend, because your son-in-law just ended up making a play and making a name for himself. We are excited about that over here on the Bills. I can tell you what. Carter, first rep of 9-on-7 run drill, tackle for a loss. Dan, have you watched Happy Gilmore 2 yet? I have, of course. It's not better than the first, but it's not as bad as people are trying to say that it is. It's not as good as the first, obviously, but I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. All right, look at that, folks. All right, so run period per Alex Brasky, run period. Bale Inspector, impressive run fit, and wrap on James Cook, tackle for a loss. Ray Davis slithers through the left side for a nice gain. Ed Oliver stout on a run from Ty Johnson. Stop for no gain. Shout out Ed Oliver. Hey, folks, this is the trenches update that we need right now. Dwayne Carter burst through a tackle for a loss against Osiris Torrance. I got to give it to Alex. Man. He is hands down the most in-depth beat reporter on the internet, I'd say. He's great with detail. He's very talented at what he does. I did hear that Buffalo did not grant him credentials, which is bullshit, quite frankly. So he is actually updating this from the stands as a fan. All right. So shout out to Alex Brasky. Thank you so much for the updates, man. Guys, go give him a follow and make sure you let him know that Dan Mitchell sent you. Let him know that Dan Mitchell sent you, if at all necessary. Good morning. Happy Pad Day to everybody. Andy, you are about to be a thrilled person right now because we are starting to get some one-on-ones and drills from the trenches. That's what everybody cares about. All right. Big update here. You had Bale Inspector had a tackle for loss. Ray Davis through the left side for a nice gain. Ed Oliver stout on the run versus Ty Johnson. And Dwayne Carter burst through for a tackle for a loss against Osiris Torrance. And winning against Osiris Torrance is not something to sleep on. Because Osiris Torrance is a good offensive lineman. We do not talk about that. Hey, guys, listen, we have some offensive updates. This is equally as important. During one-on-ones, Keon Coleman beat Dorian Strong. Strong was draped all over him, but Coleman displayed his strong hands and made the catch. Folks, I think all right, look, maybe it's too early or maybe it's premature, but I'm starting to feel that energy come in where we may owe Keon Coleman an apology. If this man brings this out there right into the regular season, then we're in for a treat, man. Listen, and don't even be shocked. How many years have we seen a second-year player in this regime take a massive step? It's bound to happen. Man. Maybe Keon is that dude. Shout out to Keon Coleman, guys. Guys, listen, if you are just tuning in, we are consolidating each and every single piece of information that is coming out of Bills camp. Hit that thumbs up sign, and let's continue. We have some trenches updates. We have some Keon Coleman updates as we speak. And I got to tell you what, I'm sitting here, and I'm seeing 273 thumbs up signs being hit. I see some of you guys spamming the heart emoji right in the live chat. I got to tell you, do me a favor. Scroll down and you will notice a thumbs up sign. We want to propel this out to the YouTube algorithm. We want to make sure that each and every single one of you are indeed informed. So knock that out. Trade Cook to Pats. He's the best weapon in the East. Oh, man, look at that. Look at that, folks. All right, let's go on ahead. Let's refresh the screen. And shout out to Patriots12 for the donation. We have Keon Coleman stays hot, this time beating Maxwell Harrison on a streak during one-on-ones. Dude, who's upset on this? Another Keon Coleman update. Keon Coleman stays hot, this time beating Maxwell Harrison on a streak during one-on-ones. Guys, it is the Keon Coleman coming out party. Chat, things are going crazy. So who is your favorite celebrity Bills fan? I'm trying to think of that one actor's name. It's on the top of my head. I just can't think of it. But he was in Prison Break. like for a while. He was the agent in Prison Break that was he was chasing down Schofield and the escaped prisoners. William Fitchner. Yeah, he's solid. He's solid, man. Keon just beat Max on a streak. We have Chad Michael Murray as his favorite. He needs a quarterback like Drake. Only casual Bills fans are upset with Keon. He is perfect for our scheme, and he was injured last year. Dude has always been good. I like that. I like it. All right. All right, folks, let's talk about defensive back, wide receiver one-on-ones. This is a lot, and this is a lot of notes. Again, shout out to Alex Brasky. Shakir down the left side. Benford helps knock it away. Dane Jackson, phenomenal pass breakup on a slant from Josh Palmer. Keon Coleman, great catch with Dorian Strong draped all over him. Josh Allen misses Coleman high. Benford rips one away from KJ Hamler over the middle. Allen to Shakir, beautiful fade route and sprawling catch versus Ingram. Keon Coleman beats Max Harrison off the line. Cole Bishop, a pass breakup. Okay. Talk to me on that. Talk to me about that, ladies and gentlemen. We have Allen to Coleman, Benford all over him. DPI. Coleman, double move on Max Harrison, overthrow. Coleman was open. Guys, I'm sorry. It sounds like our boy Keon Coleman's doing some things right now. Sounds like Keon Coleman's doing some things out there. Oh, hold up. Let me update this real fast. I have to make sure my notes are good. Notes are solid, baby. Notes are solid, so we can make a nice little video for all y'all. That ain't right. Hold up. That's what I wanted. Whatever. Let's lock in. Let's lock in, folks. Big update. Where's Landon Jackson? Coming hopefully soon, man. Coleman has been an excellent camp besides one. Cool, Mike. I love Prison Break. Look at that. Coleman going off in practice. Keon for 1,000 yards. Doofy. I feel like a lot of these injuries would go unnoticed during the regular season. A lot of it seems like, let's just be careful, injuries rather than actual physical setbacks. It sounds like Josh is a little rusty. It's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. Coleman and Davis are the 1-2 punch that wins championships. I love what I'm hearing, but believe Tre'Davious White will be CB2 from the sounds of it. Coleman was working in the offseason. I seen his coach was posting videos of his workouts, all ready to go. Ronald's happy about that. Keon Coleman is creating separation. He hit a double move on Max Harrison and got wide open, but the ball ended up being overthrown. Benford and KJ Hamler were really going at it for a couple of reps. Lots of jawing back and forth between the two. Was getting very heated. They were in each other's face at one point. Benford was pretty terrific in these one-on-ones. Got beat by Khalil Shakir, but stayed with it and knocked it out at the end. Otherwise, pretty locked down. So Benford, once again, man, he's earning that money. He is earning that money, ladies and gents. He's earning it. Who is unhappy with that? I think that's the question that nobody has an answer to, because everybody is thrilled. You have Keon Coleman with a big play in a one-on-one with Max Harrison. Guys, listen, it is the Keon day. It is the Keon Coleman day. All right. Hey, guys. Okay, how about a Deion Walker update? Yeah, Deion Walker, first 3 reps in team run stop were plays where he didn't get moved, but he wasn't moving anyone either. All single blocks. He did have 2 against the first team offensive line and got away from McGovern enough late for a hand on the running back. So the rookie is taking his lumps. Something to keep an eye out on, folks. Something to keep an eye out on, folks. Keon Coleman's creating separation. Dan, is Keon wide receiver number 1? Hey, listen, he doesn't need to be wide receiver number 1, folks, but what he does need to be is a quality red zone target for me and somebody to help move the damn needle. That is it, guys. 357 of you coming in. I'm consolidating each and every single piece of information that comes out of camp. So do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on bell notifications. I'm live twice a day, Monday through Friday, all season long. 700 of you in here. That's absolutely insane. Dan, Bob is laughing at the way you said thangs. He said you sounded like Medea. All right. So Bob needs to learn how to act, for the love of God. Bob needs to learn how to act. I can't be having this right now. Sounds like Max is getting cooked. It sounds like his rookie stuff right there, man. Dan, after we win the Super Bowl, I can see this chat having an average of 1.5K viewers. I cannot wait. Guys, look, so our goal over here is to make sure that we build the largest live chat community on the internet when it comes to the Buffalo Bills and the NFL. How we can do that is quite simply if everybody hits that thumbs up sign. So when you see 358 people watching, we need to have 358 people hit that like button, right, guys? Because what I like to do is engage with my live chat. I love hearing from Bills Mafia. I am going to be opening up the Garage Beer hotline once practice is all said and done and take a couple of callers. It's completely for free on this channel. So say, for example, that you like this style, right? That you like this radio show sort of situation. It's very reactionary. It's very where I actually talk to my audience. I get your thoughts on whatever is happening out on the field. Do me a favor, just hit that thumbs up sign, guys. We want to make sure that we have the largest audience on YouTube when it comes into the Buffalo Bills, as far as a live chat community. And subscribers are one thing, super cool. I'm super thankful that we have 44,000 of you that have subscribed, but it's all about that live chat audience. It's people that like to hang out and talk ball twice a day, Monday through Friday. All right, let's talk about this. Dorian Strong is looking good in 1v1s. This comes after a great day from him yesterday. Strong is definitely a guy to watch as the preseason games are ramping up. So we have Dorian Strong making a statement at practice today. I'm loving to hear it. I am loving it. We have Dorian Strong, and then not in uniform linebackers Terrell Bernard and Dorian Williams are both going through defensive install. So a very clear and good sign for both that are close. When was the championship game, and do you think fans will tear down the goalposts? Maybe. If so, well-deserved. 300 like button smash. Dylan 1427 has let me know this, man. This is incredible. Guys, listen, we need 50 more of them. 350 thumbs up signs hit. Let's grow this community. And also, if you are new here, folks, please do me a favor and let me know where you're tuning in from. All right? Do not be shy. We would like to meet some of our new family members that are getting pumped for Buffalo Bills football right around the corner. So do not be shy, folks. Please do me a favor and let me know. All right? Who are you? What team do you represent? Where are you tuning in from? Man, we would love to see. Cam, see you later, brother. Have a good one, man. We have, could Dorian Strong win CB2? Very unlikely. But I suppose anything could happen. All right, man. Thad Brown update. Shout out to Thad Brown. Highlight of first offensive line / defensive line 1v1 was Daquan Jones blowing past Connor McGovern to the left. Otherwise, fairly mundane. Bosa did not take a rep. Syracuse native Casey Rogers had a really nice spin move to beat Kendrick Green. Highlight of the first offensive line. 1v1, Daquan Jones blowing past Connor McGovern. Is Daquan getting his pass rush reps out in the ether? Is he showcasing his pass rushing chops? I don't know, man. I like it. I'm happy, folks. I am a happy camper. Buffalo, New York, 716. Chris, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. Sebastian, who are the last two to go to the tent? You had TJ Sanders and Alec Anderson. Go Bills, Cave Creek, Arizona. Buffalo Bills fans will have over 2 million people at the parade. You already know it. Dan, you and Marino are the only ones I follow for Buffalo Bills content. What do you think of Joe Marino? He's super talented. He's super, super talented. Love what he does over there. I can't see or hear anything. Brendan, chat, let me know if you guys are going through the exact same thing. It sounds like that shouldn't be any audio issues on my end, but let me know. Hey, this is defensive line is making me excited. I won't lie, as it should. How do you feel about Dwayne being put at one tech? Doesn't seem like a natural spot for him at all. I'm not particularly a fan of it. Say that it is happening at camp, that I think it's exclusively experimental. It's really just Daquan Jones, and based off of a size profile, next guy I would trust is Deion Walker and Larry Ogunjobi are the true one techs here. All right, let's talk about it right here, folks. Max Harrison is getting his welcome to the NFL today. He's getting beat left and right. Max Harrison's getting cooked, folks. Max Harrison is getting dominated by the number one offense in the NFL based off of last year. So take that with a grain of salt, so I suppose. But this is certainly a welcome to the NFL moment. Per Alex Brassi, with Terrell Bernard still out with a hamstring injury, Balin Spector on the field with the first team defense to begin team drills. All right, so dude, listen, we have Balin. Team drills are starting now, folks. It's no longer 1v1s. It is now, folks. Some good. It's done that for me before when the ads come up and the ad doesn't play and I have to close out and start the stream up again. It doesn't do it. I minimize the video, though. Look at that. Welcome to the NFL, Max. It's that moment that we've been waiting for, man. It's something that needs to happen. I'm just waiting on the Spector injury update. He's been out there for too long to not have one. Mitchie Biscuits is him. Matthew, dude, Matthew loves Mitchie Biscuits. Spector out with the first team on defense on second day with Bernard and Dorian Williams out there. Shout out to Bill's Report putting that together. Look at that, man. This is a good one. 670 of you are in here, guys. 312 on YouTube, 350 on X, guys. Hit that like button. And for those of you that are watching on Facebook and or X, highly recommend you come on over to YouTube. This is where the real party is. The real party is over on YouTube with our live chat that I know you are so desperately wanting to be a part of. So feel free to hop over. If not, I totally understand. I'm just trying to help out your experience level. Jared, it's an awful moving putting him at one tech. Yes, it is. So the real one techs, in my opinion, are Larry Ogunjobi, who so we're not going to see until like week 7 or week 8, excuse me. And then same thing with Deion Walker. But based off of what we've seen so far, it sounds like Deion is certainly going to be he's taking his lumps. He's taking his lumps thus far. We have Trey White. Trey White appears to be back, so we could bring Max Harrison along slowly and make sure that he gets up to speed. Trey will dominate at CB2 and will mentor Max. Question, Dan, is your woman a Bills fan or just a Dan Mitchell fan? Lions fan, actually, which is funny. Dan's YouTube party. Who's been the guys returning kicks and punts? What positions do you see contributing to a special team? Spector with the first team, not Shaq. I'm curious about the Sanders injury. Was hoping to hear his play updates. Haven't heard anything with the exception of him being escorted to the tent. Haven't seen this. 312 on YouTube with 313 likes. Good stuff, everybody. Guys, listen, we are up on that like button, but let's get this up to 500. We already know. We've been live for 2 hours. Let's see. Keon Coleman is on a revenge tour. Watch out, ladies and gents. Allen extends the play, scrambling, and finds Keon Coleman downfield for a solid 20-ish yards again. Keon Coleman, folks. Keon Coleman is out here making a lot of people look silly. He's making a lot of people look silly right now, folks. Every time I go to YouTube video, content stops, so I stay on Facebook. Jesse, totally get it, man. I'm going to have to reach out to Team YouTube and figure out what's going on. I think the Coleman doubters were expecting him to be another with the Jefferson or Chase after one season, but that's setting expectations too high. He is going to ball out in year 2, especially if healthy. I think that's the case. Man. Keon Coleman is on a revenge tour. Let's lock it in. Coleman playing pissed off. He's got to. Okay, so we have Keon Coleman on the revenge tour. Allen extends the play, scrambling to find Keon Coleman downfield. First throw on 11 on 11s. We're in 11 on 11s, folks. Josh Allen escapes the pocket and delivers a dime to none other than Keon Coleman, a toe tap catch. Josh Allen scrambles right. Guys, man, let's get excited. Let's get excited right now. It sounds like the defensive line making Allen scramble on the first play. Look, those are the intricacies that we often overlook. Why did Josh Allen have to scramble? Sounds like because the defensive line was getting some pressure. Coleman's trajectory was trending upwards till the injury. I expect a big improvement this season. Don't we all? Cody Benz, it's some bullshit credit thing that makes it freeze, and you got to click on their ad and block it, y'all. That's what you do, Cody. That's what you do. We need some TD. Charles Patterson, my second wife was a Cowboys fan. Marriage lasted 2 years. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, dude. Ryan, not true always. Allen moves around to create a play when nothing is open, and it's not just because of the offensive line that made it happen. Bills Mafia transplant in St. Louis. Go Bills. John Ingram, what's going on, my friend? Allen scrambling is a great sign. We have the NFL rivalries uniforms drop today. Let's go. We do get the rivalries, folks. I have a feeling that we're about to get these bad boys while we're live. Man. Osiris Torrance with a man block on Balen Spector to help spring James Cook for a short gain. Torrance threw Spector aside to clear the way. Physical play from the big mauler. So it sounds like Torrance just put Spector on his ass. James Cook for a short gain. Osiris Torrance, man, standing out. Osiris Torrance, bro, standing out as always. He's a very slept-on offensive lineman on this roster. I feel like we don't give Osiris Torrance enough credit. But that man's doing his thing. It's August 28th. Josh, thank you. And for a second, I was like, oh, shit, it's August 28th. It's not. Oh, man. All right, guys, thank you so much. It's not today. It's July 28th. It's August 28th. That's right. 1,225 yards for Coleman. I'll take the under. Less more. It's August 28th, sadly. All right, so we need to wait a full month right before we get it. Damn, my bad. No issue at all, my friend. An easy mistake. We do today, and I thought it was August 28th. Now that Josh is married, and do you think Haley will be at her home games? She's been to several of them, but from what I understand, she asks specifically not to have the camera on her because she just wants to watch her husband play ball. Allen to Palmer with a solid gain. Allen on the run. He delivers a strike to his sliding Josh Palmer, who makes the grab for 10 to 15 yards. Chemistry is getting there. Guys, I have a feeling we're about to see a legendary offense this year. We're about to see a legendary offense this year. It's either that or we have a lot of issues on the defensive side of the football. It could be a blend of both. I hope that that's not the case, but I'm feeling really optimistic about these new pieces on the offense. I really am. I'm here for all of the Palmer propaganda. I will spread Palmer propaganda until I am blue in the face. I'm here for all the Palmer propaganda. Is Elijah Moore practicing? He is out with general leg soreness. Anything on Elijah Moore, he is out with leg soreness. Moore is hurt. Mikey, I'll be happy to say told you so to folks upset over the Palmer signing. I hear she's at most of the games but keeps her attendance quiet, but people post pics of her at most games. She's not thirsty for people staring at her. Man, you know what? What a perfect wife for QB1 of the Buffalo Bills, huh? What a perfect wife, man. That's solid. That's solid, man. I love the humbleness. How's Moore hurt? It's soreness. It's not hurt. He's probably just taking a vet rest day. Allen on the run again. Whoever said it's not the O-line losing reps is bugging. This is great for the defensive line. Guys, remember, our biggest weakness has been defensive line. Let's make this happen. If Josh and Haley have a baby boy and they name him Dan Mitchell Allen, would you cry? Yes. Yes, like a baby. Like it. Dan Mitchell Allen is Josh Allen's first kid. Holy shit. Swift dumps Kelsey if he has another pedestrian season. Les is coming in with some hot takes. How will Oliver handle the run this year? So I'm going to tell you what, Sebastian, he's not known for run defense. He did make a play on run defense today, though, per reports. But his bread and butter is rushing the passer. That's all it was. That's all it was. Absolutely. Haley is not Taylor Swift. Need I say more soft tissue injuries? It's all over the place. It is littered. It is a CVS receipt. Get off my lawn. Josh wants that big ring. You say that, but don't know about the O-line play. Allen loves the throw on the run. Question, did they announce who the first team defensive line was? It's Oliver, Greg, and who else? I don't believe it's been officially official, but I do think it's probably very easy to predict. It's probably going to be Rousseau. We have Oliver. We have Daquan Jones, and then Bosa is probably going to be on the outside. This would actually be a decent signing. Dolphins are hosting free agent Noah Fant on a visit today. It's Fant's third visit, having already met with the Bengals, Saints, and he continues to draw significant interest. Something to think about, folks. Something to think about. A Chiefs fan had a kid a few days ago and named him Kelsey Taylor. I feel like I don't believe that. My wife wasn't born a Bills fan. She is now, but we have an agreement. If we win a Super Bowl, our first son will be named Josh. I feel like that's a good agreement to have. I feel like that is a good agreement to have. Dan, what is your prediction for Bills versus Ravens? It's way too early. I do want to see like what the teams look like from a health perspective. And I also want to look at how they look in the preseason as far as depth is concerned. But stay tuned. And so I'm not ready to commit on a prediction just yet. Not ready to commit because I don't have all the information. Knicks 716. Who do you think will be the biggest surprise this season, be it making the team, production, etc.? I think it's going to be Keon or Ray Davis. So I think that Ray Davis is going to see a large uptick in carries and then also in goal line situations. And then with Keon Coleman, I do think that he's going to have a very, very good season. What Buffalo Bills who left in the past 5 years do you miss? I do admit I miss Tremaine Edmonds. Who do I miss? Slept on pick. Who do you think I'm going to say, chat? Wyatt Teller, offensive lineman for the Buffalo Bills a spell ago. And we ended up trading him. Imagine if that dude was on this line. Imagine if Wyatt Teller was still an offensive lineman for this team. Like, no disrespect to Edwards or anything like that, but if Wyatt Teller was on this line, bro, it's got to be Wyatt Teller for me. Ryan, oh, okay. We have people arguing in the chat. That's okay. Hey, listen, I love it. And so the brothers fight, man, and the brothers fight. Remember, Bills fans, that we have a new happy place. Just picture covering Travis Kelce and Honey and being... We're talking a little bit about some of this good stuff. 341 of you are currently rocking with me on YouTube, folks. Do me a favor. Smash that like button. I am consolidating every single piece of information that comes out of training camp so you can stay informed. Matt Milano just drilled KJ Hamler on a short flat near the sideline. Matt Milano, dude, nasty physical. Nasty physical. That's what we needed. That's what Sean McDermott themed today on the first padded practice of the day. That is fantastic. Edmonds was getting cooked. Folks, you got to love it. I still can't believe that we had Poona Ford as healthy scratch the majority of the season that he was here. It's funny. Some players just don't fit into like specific schemes. It's weird, right? It's weird. Especially since we ended up seeing Kyer Elam, like he drew a pick in practice against Dak just 2 days ago. I wonder if he's going to play well for Dallas. It's just some players just don't fit a specific scheme. It's crazy. It really, really is. I mean, let's see. Poona is a nose tackle. I miss Gabe Davis in the playoffs. Matt is back. Wasn't a good fit. So a nose tackle could run the one tech position on a 4-3 scheme or a 4-3 base, but sounds like that the Buffalo Bills just thought that Daquan Jones was more of that guy, right? So So that was it. Gabe was booty. Matt Milano just drilled KJ Hamler on a short flat, folks, on his birthday. On his birthday, man. I feel like this is good. All right, so Milano flies to tackle Hamler on a screen pass for a tackle for loss on TFL. Defense hyped after. So I wonder if Jonathan Acosta also has regular updates here. All right, he's going to have to be added to this damn list right here. Okay, we have Josh Allen finds Joshua Palmer for 20 to 30 yards, another connection down the field for this duo. Bills hoping Palmer can improve the deep passing game. He is today. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about, baby. Now Puna is a beast. Gabe Davis had his moments. Matt, the quiet heart and soul of the defense. I hope this team is extremely physical, hitting, blocking, and making a catch. Be physical, but disciplined. Have to. Milano is so back, almost there. 22 more likes. Folks, I think my boy Mike is discussing that we are dangerously close to 350 like buttons. All right, folks, let's go on ahead and let's hit that thumbs up sign. I am making sure that you guys stay informed all day during practice at St. John Fisher. It's basically like you were there in person because you are learning this information at the exact moment that people in attendance are. So hit that thumbs up sign for me, guys. Let's continue to grow this fan base, this audience to a whole new level. Shout out to everybody for tuning in and showing a little bit of love. Taylor Rapp getting stretched out by the trainer on the sideline, something to keep an eye on. So Taylor Rapp has a bit of soreness, something to think about. Something to think about here, folks. Something to consider. Okay, so we have Cyrus Torrance with a man block on Balin Spector to help spring James Cook for a short gain. Torrance threw Spector aside to clear the way. Physical play for the big mauler. We already saw that earlier. You mean the guy who spent the last 2 years working on a music career instead? Okay. A music career for Noah Fant. I had no idea that he was in music. No idea that he was in music, guys. Listen, we are learning. We are learning. Question, and do you think Joshua Palmer and Elijah Moore are better than Matt Collins and Amari Cooper? So I think Matt Collins was nothing but a culture fit for the Buffalo Bills. His numbers really weren't there. And I do think that some people forget toward the beginning of the season, he had some key drops in very important games toward the first half of the season. I don't think that Matt Collins' production is going to be so impossible to fulfill. It's actually going to be quite easy. So yes, I do think that both Palmer and Elijah Moore are indeed upgrades. And so as far as Amari Cooper, it's hard to say because we didn't really get to see the full Amari Cooper. Like his first 2 games with Buffalo, he was learning the playbook. And then once he was, fully ramped up, then he got injured. So it's tough to say with Palmer, but I will say that Moore is a much better fit. Josh to Josh as Allen and Palmer connect on a nice 20 to 25. Taylor Rapp is getting stretched out on the sideline. That is where we are at. Dan, and did he try to get media access to camp? How tough is that? It's nearly impossible. For me, I don't like to go in person for coverage because I have a way better time doing this. And so I feel like that we can have better conversations, and I'd much rather not have to wait until the end of the day to come live and talk to you guys. So I've never really had interest to go to training camp. Right. So I'd much rather do this and hang out with you guys and stay home. And it's better for the YouTube channel too. Is TJ Sanders' injury serious? We don't know. He was escorted into the tent earlier in practice. We will have to wait for an update. Mike White just had a flashback after seeing Milano do that to KJ Hamler. Think he's talking about Darren Waller. That's it. I really like Mac. Miss his energy. He's talking about Darren Waller. We have, I think, Moore and Palmer will produce more. That's true, Dan. No production, but his blocking and energy can't be duplicated easily. For sure. His blocking was solid. His blocking, I will give that to him. So I guess we tried to bring him back, but he just ended up going with the Patriots because they had more money for him. And hey, I get it. I'm not mad. Mad Max breaks up a long dart intended for Khalil. Dude, look at that. Hey, that's big. That's big. He was struggling at the beginning of practice. So hearing that Maxwell Harrison running with him stride for stride comes up with a pass breakup. Nice play for the rookie on the Bills' top receiver. So look, sounds like Maxwell Harrison is just taking his growing pains being implemented into an NFL system, and the guy has done his thing. You have Palmer with a 25-plus route. That's great. You have Matt Milano is making some plays out there for us. He shows flashes of his all-pro self. This is good. Guys, this is good, man. No one is more thrilled than myself. That's true, Dan. Not production, but his blocking and energy can't be duplicated easily. Mike White, PTSD. I PC a good amount of Kincaid stuff. I need him to have a redemption arc season. Wouldn't that be ideal? He's also getting thrown into playing the best offense in the NFL. Shout out to my boy OG Capo for reposting the stream. That's my guy right there. That is my guy. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. 325 of you on YouTube. We have 405 of you on X. Guys, I do want to remind everybody that's joining me today, I am live twice a day on this channel all season long. All right? Like, we have very well planned out shows with guests that are always hopping in and out. I have the Garage Beer hotline where I let fans call in and just vent on what is on their mind. Questions, answers, the entire kit and caboodle, folks. What is your Bills fantasy football sleeper this year? Jared, with all the important questions, man. All the important questions right now. Sleeper for the Buffalo Bills. So I'd say Josh Palmer. Yeah, I'd probably say Josh Palmer. Because most of you guys aren't going to see Josh Palmer drafted until like the 6th or the 7th round. And fun fact, guys, we are going to be unpacking a little fantasy football here sometime next week in the show. Because we have a really cool partner. And let me tell you what, I found probably the coolest fantasy tool on the face of the planet. I guarantee you that like your fantasy football production and drafts will be significantly better. Like you will be so informed. It's this really cool product. It's called RotoWire. Don't download it yet because I definitely want you guys to use my link. However, I have a lot of really good fantasy football stuff coming out because I found the tool that is going to sort of help you guys win your leagues this year. What are your thoughts on Lamar Jackson being better than Josh Allen? Both are fantastic quarterbacks, but as far as performances in big games, as far as playoffs, I'm going to have to give the nod to Josh Allen because that's what's important. Showing up and actually producing for your team when it matters most. And when it comes into statistics in the playoffs and in the postseason, I think Josh clears by a landslide in that category. Dan, there is going to use Ray much more this year, just for your information, hopefully in the red zone. In an auction league this year, so I need some value. Dude, listen, man, we're about to be locking in. Don't download this platform yet, but I do have something to introduce to you guys next week on the show. It's such a cool fantasy football tool, man. Like, I know I'm going to be using it, and I'm coming back for vengeance when I'm actually going up against my boys. We have been doing like this fantasy football league for years, like 6-7 years. And I am super excited to utilize this tool. And I'm really hoping that they don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So hopefully none of my boys watch my show because then that would be an issue. Matt Milano looking good today on the practice field based on multiple reports. A healthy Milano who's feeling good can take this defense to another level. Matt Milano is looking like Matt Milano on his birthday. $350 likes, folks. 350 like buttons have been smashed. I appreciate that. Josh got an overall 99 Madden rating. Well-deserved. Well-deserved. About 1 degree away from quitting my job. Spidey Money's had enough. He's had enough. He has had enough. Ball need to bounce our way to get it done. Sometimes that's all it takes. All right, so Mad Max makes a play. Matt Milano is doing very well. Let's see what else we got here. Matt Milano looking good today on the practice field based on multiple reports. All right, so that's the last update we have seen so far, folks, but things seem to be looking pretty good. Ball need to bounce our way to get it done. All right, we have Sebastian coming in with a question, and we appreciate your questions over here, man. Thank you so much. It seems like every season we have a warm weather team come to Buffalo and we beat them 40-0. What good team gets smacked with the shovel? What good team gets smacked with the shovel this year? Hot take? Hot take? Philly. The Philadelphia Eagles. So the Buffalo Bills. Like, this is my hot take. That Philadelphia Eagles game this year is going to be a carbon copy of the Detroit Lions game last year. That's my hot take for the season. Philly is going to ride into Buffalo where they need to win, because don't sleep on Washington to threaten that NFC East. And I think Buffalo is going to put belt to ass. I think Buffalo is going to put belt to ass on that game. It's the hot take. And it's a hot take for a reason. And for anybody that says, hey, Dan, no way. It's the Eagles, Dan. What are you talking about? I guarantee you a lot of us did not think Buffalo was going to go into Detroit last year and do the exact same thing and put belt to ass. That's exactly what I think is going to happen. That might make my mouth drop if that happens. My hot take is Tampa beats us by a lot this year. Maybe. And so I like that. Clip it. Dude, lock it in. We need to beat them. And so I think with the Eagles are the only team Allen hasn't beaten. That is true. It is the only team that Sean McDermott and Josh Allen have not taken down in the NFL. You have KJ Hamler leaving practice early with trainers, and Matt Milano delivered a pretty hard hit to him earlier. So KJ Hamler likely leaving practice with trainers as well. Injured? Question mark. Matt Milano's looking good today. Seems to be the question. I like it. Belt to ass. We have DJ Finesse. He's coming in. He likes that take. We always have a weird NFC loss. So last year, so we didn't have that, right? So last year, like, we always were known for like losing to a team that we shouldn't have lost to. Like, we had 0 of those last year. So with us dropping to Baltimore right in the regular season, like that's not crazy, right? And to us losing to the Houston Texans, like last year, was not crazy at all. So we really didn't have one of those losses last year where we were just like, oh, like there was no way that we saw Buffalo not winning that game. So maybe that narrative is dead. Rams, I mean, maybe, but still a good team, right? So still a good team. So it's not like the Urban Meyer-led Jacksonville Jaguars lost a couple of years ago. It's not like that one. Or I'm trying to think of some other really shitty losses. Or so when Mac Jones drove his team downfield 70 yards with like, so a minute and 15 seconds left, like wasn't one of those either, right? Or week 1 against the Jets, when Rodgers went down with an injury and Zach Wilson drove down the field and beat us. So I don't think that Rams game last year fit that category. We went undefeated at home last year, so the Philly take is definitely a good one. Tyrus Sandy, I feel like it's going to be some garbage losses again, maybe 1-2. So my boy, he's coming in with Tyrus is coming in thinking that we go back to our old ways and losing to a couple garbage teams. I hope that's not the case. I feel like it's going to be some garbage losses again. Knicks 716. My hot take is we beat Lamar, Mahomes, Hurts, and Burrow once or twice on our way to the Super Bowl championship. We scored 42 on the Rams and still lost. Hopefully our defense got their shit together this year. Broncos game 2023. I'd say that was pretty weird. Josh Allen escaped the pocket and launched the bomb downfield looking for Keon Coleman in double coverage. Cole Bishop and Tre'Davious White were there to knock it away. Hey, look at that, man. Cole Bishop out there making some plays in coverage. I feel like nobody's upset about this practice today. Like maybe excluding some of the injuries, but solid for Bishop. Vintage Matt Milano may be returning. I'm thrilled about this. James Cook rips off a 15-plus yard run. Taylor Rapp took a bad angle, and Cook burned him around the edge. We have Jimbo Cook, folks. Yesterday, we ultimately ended up having the agent of James Cook right on the show. We learned a little bit, but we will see. Bengals are a big mental hurdle for us. I really need us to win that one this year since I'm in Cincinnati. So the thing is, I feel like that's like a silly narrative about Cincinnati because we've only lost to them once, right? So that one game, when Hamlin went down with the injury, that was really the only time we've ever played Cincinnati, right? Was that playoff game. So I don't buy into that we need to get over the Bengals hump because it's one game. It's one game. Say, for example, you want to say, oh, so the Kansas City Chiefs right in the playoffs? Sure. But I mean, I just think it's so silly. And that people look at the Cincinnati Bengals are like, oh yeah, dude. And so they own Josh Allen. It's one game. It's one game we played them, folks. All right. But anyway, here we are. Here we are, folks. Let's lock in. Teddy has come in. Rousseau hurt his midsection diving for a tip pass. Let's hope about that. We played the Bengals twice. We played them one game and one quarter because that second game was when Hamlin went down. We have Josh Allen connects with Keon Coleman on a quick slant, 10-ish yards again. Dane Jackson in coverage. D is saying y'all lost Bengals twice. Right after the playoff game, y'all lost to them the following season. Oh, yeah, you're right. Dan, when we calling in? When I say, Matthew, no, I'm just kidding, bro. Soon. We lost to them in the regular season as well. Is that Megatron out there today or Keon? It's Keon Coleman. He's doing his thing. And they like to flex 1 year of them losing it all. Oh, my God. All right. So we have Josh Allen with Keon Coleman on a quick slant, 10-ish yard gain. Dane Jackson in coverage. Love that. Near pick for Gregory Rousseau, who's making an impact on the first day of pads here. Greg Rousseau, near pick. Love this. Guys, listen, we have so much to unpack on the recap video today. You have no idea. Josh Allen connects with Keon Coleman. Escaped the pocket and threw a bomb. We saw all this. Let's lock it in. I think it was 2 times. One game in a season where we had 2 postponed games due to snow and the Hamlin situation, and they were exhausted both mentally and physically. I think it's going to be spooky loss to the Panthers. My buddy at work is a Panthers fan, and I talk too much shit, but Panthers do have the potential. I agree. Why are we on Hard Knocks? I have a horrible feeling that this is about to curse us. No, I definitely don't buy into that because Hard Knocks typically, with only featured teams that hadn't make the playoffs 2+ years. This is the first year where they finally end up excluding with those things and having actual good teams on the show. So the whole thing and so Hard Knocks is cursed, sort of silly to me. Hey, Dan, and we beat the Bengals in Josh Allen's second year. So remember when Knox stiff-armed someone to hell? Yes, I did remember that. I do. Who do you think is winning the CB battle between Dorian Strong and Dane Jackson? I'll tell you what, it's too soon to say, but I do think that we've heard a hell of a lot more about Dorian Strong than Dane Jackson. TJ Sanders back on the field, folks. TJ Sanders is back on the field. That is a good thing. Hey, folks, that's a good thing. Look at that. Back on the field after team drills. That's good, folks. Thank you so much. Let's lock in. Let's lock in here. So what do you think they are cooking when giving Hamler first reps? From what I understand, he actually left the field with an injury not too long ago. I'm not sure if he's back on. Dan, what kind of mic do you use when you turn your head? I can't hear you. This is a Shure SM7B. It's a very good mic, and it only picks up directly what is in front of me. So apologies. Say, for example, when I sort of like move away, then that is what is happening. Bro, Storm Duck is goated. He is. He is. Who do you think deserves the starting job more or Josh Palmer? Also, what do you think about Allen in the 99 club? Both of them will be on the field more often than not together. So we're going to be seeing, I'd say, somewhat similar snap counts for both of them. So I think they both will make this starting team. That is it. We have Deion Walker getting any reps. TJ is back and Bob is safe for now. Huh, Dan? Yes, he is safe. When Dawson Knox stiff-armed that guy from the Bengals, I think I finally found him. It's good to see that TJ Sanders is back, folks. Look at this. We have 800 of you in here rocking with me right now. 315 on YouTube. 478 of you on X. That is awesome. That is awesome. So Rousseau is seemingly okay after being shaken up. Teddy, what is going on, Teddy? I wonder if you were actually in attendance. If that is the case, we appreciate you. We have Thurman Thomas is taking in Bill's training camp. You got to love that, folks. You got to love that. Some veteran insight, some legend insight. That is what we are all looking forward to. Pro Football Hall of Fame, Thurman Thomas taking in the Bills training camp. TJ Sanders is back on the field. Josh Allen connects with Keon Coleman on a quick slant. 10-ish yard gain. Near interception for Greg Rousseau, who is an amazing impact the first day of pads. That's good, folks. We are learning so much today. 2 hours and a half on this stream right now, folks. Thank you for those of you that have been here from the very beginning. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's lock in. Rousseau is seemingly okay after being shaked up. Are there any injuries that seem serious? Nothing that seems serious, but things that we should be cautionary about. Like we have Dalton Kincaid, who's out with a knee soreness. Okay. Speak of the devil. Dalton Kincaid is not practicing Monday with knee injury. Here he is with a sleeve on his left knee, the same injury which forced him to miss 3 games last season. Okay. So we have to make sure he's good. Stay healthy. Speak of the devil. That's exactly what happened. We see our good friend Dalton Kincaid out on the sidelines. Good update so far. That's good. Yeah, dude. Listen, that is some good stuff. I will be right back, folks. Smash that like button on your way out. And you know what? We haven't done a roll call in a while. Lurkers included. Roll call in the chat and let me know where you're tuning in from. I always want to see how far Bills Mafia truly extends. Everybody should roll call. Every single one of you. All 315 of you. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'll be right back. Yes. We back, baby. We are back. Oh, my God. Look at this roll call in here, baby. All 315 of you have not roll called in the chat. But let's see. Hamburg is in the building. Penfield, New York. Long Island. Brandon, Florida. Look at that. Cincinnati, Ohio. We have Allentown, Pennsylvania. To his mom's house. Inglewood, California. What's up, Kenny? Hope all is well. Ashland, Oregon, Burbs of Rochester, Atlanta, St. Louis. Let's talk about this. I escaped the snow of Rochester and Syracuse, checking in from the DMV. Nassau, Bahamas. Jamal, what's up, man? Hope all is well. Fellow Floridian, but native Buffalonian. Bills fan since the 60s when Dennis Shaw was a Bills QB. I love to see it. I love to see it, man. Me and Marvelous the Hammer live in Granville, New York, although I was born in Saratoga Springs, Altoona, Iowa, London, UK. Lecky, what's going on? Charlotte, North Carolina, LA, New York, Dirty Dan, a mix of both. Guys, listen, do not be shy. Let yourselves be known in the chat, man. We are building a family over here on this channel. I am dead set on keeping you entertained and informed all season long. Let us know, man. Listen, introduce yourself. We are building the best community on the internet when it comes into Bills fans and NFL fans. Diehard Bills fan from Patts County, Massachusetts. Rhonda, what's going on? Deep into enemy territory. Feels like I am in the fiery depths of hell. It's hot out here for sure. Gloversville, New York. You know, Dan. Jersey is in the building. 904, Chris Cooper. We have Tilbury, Ontario. Connor, my guy. Charlotte, North Carolina. Currently 26 likes away from 400. That is insane, folks. Can we get the 400 like buttons? I think we can do that. South Buffalo at work. DJ Finesse, that is my guy from 716. Stop by Doc Sullivan's and get yourself some lunch, man. And so I'm not even sponsored by Doc Sullivan's. I just love that place. In fact, when I'm up there for week 3, please, you best believe I'm going to be there for some dinner. I'm going to be there for some dinner at Doc Sullivan's in South Buffalo, probably on Tuesday night. I'm going to bring TD, Richie, and Colby to some real Buffalo dinner that evening, folks. Cheektowaga, New York, from the 716, South Buffalo. I do pest control, Blake, outside in pants and long sleeves all day. Dude, that's tough. That is absolutely tough. At work in Lancaster, New York, Mike, hope all is well. It's been a while since we got a update. I don't believe it's over yet, but we will see. At work in Lancaster, New York, who doesn't love Doc Sullivan's? I mean, I have not met anybody that hasn't, but it is the mecca for me. I work at Tesla, Doc right up the street. Look at that, dude. Look at that, man. Dude, listen, man. So I'm sitting here just throwing out free plugs. Damn, do they deserve it, man. Oh, my God. Anyway, here from Rochester, New York, we have Josh Allen. Reminds me of my turds I drop in the toilet. Harrisonburg, PA. Colby Duke is coming in with the jokes. He's got the jokes, ladies and gents. Next year, Aaron Rodgers will be working on Josh Allen's pistachio farm. LOL. Maybe. Wingnuts, best wings in town? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Shout out to Wingnuts. I have heard that they are good. But the disrespect to 911 Tavern, the disrespect to Gabriel's Gate, the disrespect to Bar Bill on this channel will not be tolerated. Will not be tolerated, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not really into like a commercialized style thing. You know what I mean? I love the mom and pop shops. Like Wingnuts, I have heard is good. But Bar Bill and 911 Tavern, like even, yeah. And the Gabriel's Gate, yeah, come on. No way. No way. The disrespect will not be up in there. We have Colby coming in saying, I am gay. Great. Great, man. Welcome. Teddy is coming in saying, Barbill clears Wingnuts. Thank you so much. I thought you meant Docs and the Department of Corrections. Well, don't sleep on them either. All right, guys. We have had a moment since the last update, but here we are. Same thing with Elmo's wings are amazing too. I have heard that. I have not tried that. Bar Bill is by far the best wings I've ever had. There are way too many great spots for wings for there to even be a number one. It's tough to say. Oh no. Spidey, no, man. No, dude. No, bro. Bro, we got to get you on the blue cheese train. It's okay. I get it. But we're going to get you on that blue cheese train, man. I promise you. He said, great. LFG Colby, 100% ranch on my wings, and I lit. My heart's breaking. What do you think the Bills' record will be? I say they're going to lose 2 games, maybe 3 tops. Floor 13-4, ceiling 15-2. Dude, we have a lot of the homies in here hopping on the ranch train. We have blue cheese only, please, my boy. Bro, block these ranch dudes. No. It is fine. So my ranch family is still more than welcome in here. Like, we just owe them a duty to bring them over to the light side. You know what I mean? Like, we owe them to be brought onto the right side of history with blue cheese as the side, because that is a cardinal sin in Buffalo, as I am sure that they are aware. But of course, it's just how they were conditioned. You know what I mean? Like, we need to completely like rewire their taste buds. Ranch with wings is blasphemy. Ranch is the backup, wild bro, and blue cheese is the only answer. Where my boneless dogs at? Jay, oh dude, you're just trying to trigger the entire live chat right now, bro. Like, you were trying to trigger the entire Western New York with these wings takes in here, man. Holy hell, dude. We had, first off was Wing Nuts was number 1. Second off, we had I love my wings with ranch. And then to top it all off, we ended up throwing in, where's my boneless family at? Man, dude, holy hell, bro. You want to trigger an entire fan base in 3 minutes? This channel just did it. This channel just accomplished that, man. Jay's like, come on, man. What about them boneless, bro? Come on. Don't sleep on the boneless, Dan. I'm good on the boneless, brother. I'm good on the boneless. Oh, gosh. I cannot with boneless wings, man. Dude, we are really upsetting some people in here right now. But hey, listen, it's okay. Hey, man, listen, you know, it is okay. We are going to convert you all to some solid stuff. So one hot take for wings is that I don't like taking my wings hot either. So I'm more of a mild guy. I'm way more of a mild guy. It's not that I can't handle heat, but now that I'm like 34, I get heartburn and shit. So I've had to take my wings mild as of less or whatever. We have Gregory Rousseau at the podium. That is crazy. That is some good stuff. Folks, I am going to be running the Garage Beer Hotline on my later stream starting at 6 p.m. EST. Say, for example, that y'all are new here. I do want to remind everybody that I am live twice a day. And from now on, I think I have decided that my streams from now on are starting at 9 a.m. EST, and they're likely going to run for about 2 hours. And then I'm going to have a 6 o'clock show, which is likely going to start at 6. And that's largely going to be like call-ins. That's like super important topics, etc. So say, for example, that y'all want to lock in with me. I highly recommend that you subscribe and you turn on bell notifications. And I suppose we just need to fasten our seatbelts because we have a great season ahead of us. All right, folks. Shout out to William Attar. If you are hurt in a car, you better call William Attar. And I look forward to hearing from all of you later this afternoon at my 6 o'clock stream for the Garage Beer Hotline. All right, folks. Don't miss it. I can't wait to talk to you guys a little later. Good day at practice, and stay tuned for some more coverage. See you soon.